Hello and welcome, friends, guests, fellow catstronauts, here with us live on Twitch and whenever you're watching this later on YouTube. I'm Ben, your DM for the evening, also known as Meta Mongoose over on the CritCats Discord, and tonight I'm running a game of Spelljammer with my friends and fellow Star Chasers. With me tonight is Nick playing the Elven Star Druid Rothamir, Caleb playing the Human Psy Warrior Fighter Victor, Ash playing the Shadarkai Cleric of Order Sylvana, and PB playing the Harangon Soul Knife Rogue Decanawida. Now, when last we left off, the party had wandered into the volcanic caves, met a weird hermit who ostensibly was a former assassin for the merchant princes of Slew, who had been marooned on the island. His name Valisto. And through his help, you managed to find the secret tunnels of the lizard folk, leading you deeper into the volcano, which allowed you to secret your way to the center of the volcano, where a piece of the star was, putting you way ahead of the Black Rift fleet, which could not figure out where it was. They were just mining on the side of the island, hoping to find it at some point, apparently. You fought a giant elemental magma wolf that had been corrupted by the star's power and defeated it, causing the volcano to explode. In your haste to escape, you have acquired both the star piece and a elemental steam spirit in the shape of a wolf puppy that has joined you in your adventures. When you got back to the shore to get on your boat, Valisto was there. He was all like, hey, maybe the steam spirit shouldn't leave the island. It's, part of the island's guardian spirit, group. And you are all like, don't care. And, it's like the elemental will do what the elemental wants. And so he was like, well, I hate you all and I'm leaving. And he went back into the island and you all escaped. Now, it turns out the weird elf that you had fought on the beach and then tied up on the rock seems to have escaped her bonds. She ostensibly killed the Black Rift soldier that was also tied up there and took his tongue with her, and also left you a gruesome note written in blood on a piece of paper pinned to your little skiff by a silver hairpin that says she knows what your boat looks like now. So we may see her again someday. Maybe. We'll see. But having got back on your boat, you gave Cinderell the hunk of weird glowing crystal, and he was super excited about that, and he was gonna, tinker with it, maybe cause a small explosion below decks, who knows, and figure out what to do with it. But Savannah kind of sent you up into wild space, and now you are plotting your course to the next location. You had learned that not only was the next map marker for Crimson Kate's lost treasure on the giant spur, but also the astral compass seems to point that direction as well. So with that information, I will pull you into wild space with me. Some of you are still loading, it seems. But yes, here in the wild space times, you are all kind of milling around on the boat. The Ruby of the Astral Sea, we have named it. Looks like Sylvana is currently in pilot mode, spell jamming away. Victor, you're kind of hanging out on top deck doing, basic maintenance. Rothamir, you're currently below decks in the office space where the bunks are, kind of milling around with charts and maps. And Deck, I guess you're running below decks with the new Steam Puppy. Just getting to know your new companion. At this point, does anyone want to do anything specific?
I am going to take advantage of some of this downtime and try to investigate this compass a little bit more. The weird glowy spark thing that it did after the last star piece went in there intrigued me, and I need to figure out what else it's going to do.
All right. How are you exploring the device?
First, just going to examine it and then try to see if my own, magical knowledge might help unlock some of its secrets.
All right. Do you have the Identify spell?
I do not.
Are you trained in Arcana?
Yes, I am.
That will help. So I will need an Arcana roll from you.
My Arcana
That's
roll
not great.
says I need to talk to someone else.
This weird star magic seems to be beyond your comprehension.
I think it might be best because I know Savannah can cast that, and I'm afraid to let Syndril look at this too long.
That's fair, I guess.
He's distracted with a new shiny right now.
He is distracted with a new shiny rock right now.
That as well. So I think I will head above deck and let's see if Savannah might be able to assist me in this.
Okay. You can just move yourself over to the top deck.
Yep.
So while you're doing that, Deck, what are you up to?
Trying to load into the game.
Still trying to load it? It says you're in the map.
I'm at 98% right now. It's still trying to.
How strange.
Yeah.
Is anyone else not loaded in?
Mine took a long time. It just loaded in about 15 seconds ago.
All right. Victor, are you in?
I'm in.
All right. Well, we're waiting for Deck to load in. Victor, what are you up to?
Just, I guess, like I said, doing a specific maintenance in my... Well, I'll ask, what's his name?
Syndril? Magnus? Your spirit? Your
Yeah.
hanger-on?
Yeah. I'll ask him what he knows about the giant spur.
He's like, oh, that place? Oh, it's an interesting place of all. It is, they said the giants built it a long time ago. Some ancient, I don't know, storm giant queen had her people build this giant thing because she missed her boyfriend or something. And he died. And, ghosts, like me. And, so they're people who miss people who die, like me. But importantly, she built a thing and she was going to hope that it could get into the astral plane so she could, rescue him or something. And anyway, it fell over. Apparently they were bad at building, or I don't know. But, and then some other religious group moved in a while back. Some, they call themselves like the followers of the oarsmen or something. I don't know. It's not really a religion I was big on.
Okay. Well,
I know it's in dragon territory.
Okay. Okay. I mean, what kind of dragons, I guess? Or
Red.
Oh, that's.
You ever heard of Lux Crucia?
Never heard of him.
Oh, she's a big dragon mama. She runs quite the tight ship.
Okay. Don't like that, but okay. Maybe push comes to shove, we can work some type of deal out.
All right. All right. Deck, you loaded in? All right. You're below decks with your current Steam Puppy companion.
At this point, Deck would be trying to become friendly with the dog, trying to figure out what the dog can do, going like, do you have a name?
So it doesn't make noise. Like it makes the head barking sound, face, but nothing comes out because it doesn't have a voice box.
Right. Bark once if yes, two if no. Do you have a name?
It barks twice at you.
Okay.
Or well, it bark faces twice at you.
Do you want me to come up with a name for you?
It looks kind of like does that thing where like the dog like gets down on its paws and like wags its tail, all excited.
Chrysanthemum.
It like tilts its head at you, like maybe. Yeah.
Francis. L.
It's just looking at you. It like sits up and just kind of like looks at you.
You know what? You're an elemental, right? I think I'm gonna call you L because you're an elemental. Do you like that name?
It looks excited.
Okay, we're gonna call you L. What else can you do? I know you can turn into things if you see them.
What do you want it to do?
I don't know. What can elementals do? Deck's not that smart. He can't really comprehend what elementals can do.
So it moves around. As it moves around, it kind of like discorporates a little bit. So it's kind of like weirdly teleporting around.
Whoa, that's cool. Like, can you take any other forms other than like just mimicking what you see?
How do you get that idea across to it?
Yeah, you're making.
How do you translate that concept to an elemental child thing?
What do you do when you're scared?
It like turns into mist and like goes behind you, and like peeks out from behind you.
That's super cool. Can you like hurt things? If they're like dangerous? Like, can you bite them or attack them?
You touch it and it's made of mist.
Gotcha.
So if it can physically hurt things, it might just be through like the force of its like maybe I don't know. There are elementals that hurt things that are not solid.
Can you like turn into mist? Like fog?
You say that and it kind of like discorporates into like a low fog across the floor.
Oh, that's cool. All right, come back here, El.
Like immediately like zoops back into shape and like runs around you a little bit.
I'll do. So I'm at, how tall is this dog?
It comes up to probably you're what 3 feet high.
Yeah.
It comes up to maybe your chest.
So as the dog reconfigures, I'll do like the chin scritches underneath.
Yeah.
To usually get the dog.
And as described before, it's like trying to run your fingers through a cloud. Like the dog seems to feel it, but like it's for you, it's like just running your fingers through vapor.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a good L. Hey, you want to go back upstairs?
It immediately goes through the grate above you, to the top deck.
Hey, that's not
and like
fair.
looks down at you.
I'll run upstairs to chase after the dog.
Okay. Savannah, you see all of this happening. At the front of the boat, Victor's talking to himself. A steam puppy has appeared. Deck's running up. It looks like Rothamir's coming over to have a chat. All is right on the boat.
Nothing out of place.
Okay, that's scary.
But Rothmere, what do you got?
Hey, Silvana. Sorry to distract you while you're working on this, but I'm trying to figure out more stuff with this compass, and I think I need a little help with that. Would you be able to take a look at it for a few minutes? If you need me to hop on the helm, I can.
Sure. Let's have a look.
Okay. Hand over the, or when she gets out of the helm, I'll hand over the compass and tag out so that we can keep moving.
Sure. So would you like to cast Identify on it, and that's like a 10-minute ritual without wasting your spell slots, or would you like to just make an Arcana roll and see what you can figure out?
Well, I was a bit out of it last week, and I don't have it prepared this week. I know I said that I would on our next.
Well, the good news is a ritual, you don't have to have it prepared.
Oh, perfect. Then I will reach for my pearl and concentrate on it, and I will kind of line it up with the compass and concentrate and see what starts popping up in my head.
All right. So I believe I've hit show players. You can see the compass with the various star shards up top. You kind of hold the pearl over it, begin intoning whatever ritual bits you do to kind of draw the information out of it. And you can tell that each of the shards is empowering the compass with a detection ability of some kind. In fact, it is empowering him with these detection abilities. So this is the information that you have got from your Identify.
Interesting. Rothamer, I sense that we can use the compass in addition to what it was meant to do, obviously, to cast certain spells. I feel like we could detect magic or maybe detect evil or perhaps good, and even poison and disease. We could also locate animals and plants if we need to. I'm not sure how it works, but that's what I feel it can do.
I mean, makes sense. This is a special compass after all. And every time we add a new star fragment to it, it starts getting extra glowy. So that all
This is
kind
true.
of
Every
adds together.
one you've placed. Dak, you're up at the front of the ship currently. Give me a perception check.
Sure thing. Perception. 9.
You're
What's
not
the
sure
number?
what it is up ahead, but there seems to be some kind of glowy red thing that you thought was a star, but seems to be a lot closer than any of the other stars.
I'll connect using my psychic ability thing. For
that's
the
good
next
for
6
the
hours.
next 6 hours.
With Sylvana and Rothamir. And I'll say, hey guys, you see that red thing up ahead? I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like a star anymore.
Take a look at it.
Yes, where?
Just straight ahead. So make a perception check, both of you. Sylvana, you are the one who can kind of pick it out. I guess Rothamir's kind of busy piloting, so he's kind of like looking up over, but can't quite get a good viewpoint. Up ahead, getting much closer, is what looks to be a glittering red draconic shape. And the ship seems to be moving toward it. It seems to be stationary. And as you are continuing a little forward, out in space, it looks like this. It is some kind of draconic construct shape, made of what appears to be a red crystal, with glowing fiery eyes.
Please let it be good. Let it be good.
It is possible that it is a marker of some kind, or or some kind of warning. You're not really sure.
Based off of what's been muttered around about Lux Crucia and the red dragons in this area, was there any mention of something that looks like this?
Make a history roll to see if you can kind of remember some of the talk.
I don't. As I see him, kind of thinking.
No one mentioned this deck. This looks like a giant ruby dragon sculpture out in the middle of space, out in the middle of wild space. It's the size of your ship, and it looks like it's made of solid ruby.
After I started thinking about it, I would have reached out to Sylvana and Rothamir to say, like, hey, do you guys know if that's supposed to be there?
Well, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I did receive. Well, here, take a look, and I reach in my bag and I bring out this scroll. Valisto? Is that how you pronounce? Did I get it?
Yes, Valisto.
Look at what it says. It says the falling star is somewhere in dragon territory. Undoubtedly, the dragons will be looking for it as well. Part of garden in the territory of Lux Crucia, the red. An ancient red dragon. Look, it says right here, an ancient red dragon who prizes wealth above all else. Lucretia and her brood of red dragons have been known to be reasonable, in particular when vast sums of gold are at stake. She could be a potential ally if handled correctly. This got to be connected.
Wait, so you're telling me, and I'm saying this I'm saying this out loud now. I would have hopped down and walked back. So you're telling me that there's a big red dragon that's going to be okay for us to be around? Like, it's not going to try to kill us?
While you two are having this particular discussion, Rothamir, you smell faintly the scent of burning paper next to you, where your map and your astral compass were set down.
I'm going to take a look at that real quick.
As you like reach over and like grab the map, the astral chart you were kind of using to navigate with, you can see where scorched into the map, a line, a kind of like a lane of coins with a dragon head stamped in them, have been burned into your map. And and then off to the side, a little notation in Draconic, which you can read, which is helpful, that says, follow the dragon coin to prosperity and safety.
Whoa. Guys, we have a sudden change in our map, and I think it's a good idea to follow it.
You're looking at it. If you follow the map, it is a shipping lane of sorts that looks like it would lead to the spur, but it is not the same route you would have taken.
This will get us where we're going, but it's a little different than what we had originally figured up. Says we follow this path that leads to prosperity and safety. You guys think we should change course?
I mean, it's better than being burned alive by a dragon.
Well, I'm sure we have that risk either way. Uh, I think if there aren't any objections, I think I'm going to go ahead and start having us go that way.
I have no problem on my end about that.
You're the boss, and I'll come over here with the L.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled.
So noted. You peel off from your original course and follow the dragon coin.
Yep.
All right. Continuing along that way for what would be a couple of hours of just flying, you eventually begin to see a shape kind of like jutting out into wild space. There's no other structure that really rivals the size and shape of the giant spur. Kind of like a massive stone pillar. You can see that it rises from the watery planetoid that it is kind of submerged into. And its pinnacle is kind of obscured by dense clouds up above. You can't even see the top of it as some kind of a nebula overtakes the top of the spur. There is a small island of sorts that kind of like rests up next to it that you can kind of see. There's a lot of other ship traffic coming in and out of this area. It doesn't look like as you're coming up that there's really any good place to park at the moment, but you do see a cluster of other spelljamming vessels that have kind of placed like rope bridges amongst themselves as kind of like a little flotilla that just kind of is seems to be hovering and maybe waiting their turn to head below.
Say nothing strikes out as a place we could sneak in there with. Does there?
No, there is a what looks to be some kind of a landing port, but it is currently full up. But you see amongst the flotilla a bunch of other like smaller vessels keep like flying in and out to like pulling up next to various ships, taking people, and then like either going down below, ferrying them to the to the island, or just like pulling up and like latching on, and like people are kind of moving back and forth, maybe just socializing.
Say, anyone got any objections to joining the masses here?
Do any of them look like they're Black Rift ships?
You do not immediately see any Black Rift ships.
In that case,
At least among the flotilla.
yeah, let's approach slowly, carefully.
Alrighty.
All right. I'll pull you into that map. As you kind of pull up and kind of get situated in a nice space, you're kind of in like a park area with many other ships that have kind of set up. A few of them kind of wave to you. Some of the pilots or hangers on of the ship kind of wave in your directions. Some of them are like, "Are you interested in trading?" You few calls from various what look to be merchants. There are about 6 ships in your current region of the flotilla. If you would like to visit or converse with any number of them.
Sure. Which before we leave, I'll go ask Central if he's done with that orb.
No, he's still playing with that.
Okay. Did you break it?
He's like, I don't. It's leaking power, but I thought I'll figure something out. I'm gonna build a containment for it.
Okay. All right. Just like I said, don't break it.
He's like, me and my trusty hammer will never break it. I promise.
Before we forget it, if Savannah doesn't have the astral compass, I am going to grab it off of that table.
Okay.
And I'm back on the spell jamming.
Up here, you don't have to be in the helm. You can kind of like leave it in park.
Okay. Well, it looks like. Does anybody need anything? It looks like they're at least some of them are merchants.
Yeah. So like in clockwise order, directly above you appears to be some kind of doer penguin on a ship with looks like some kind of monster that he is got around clockwise from him. Looks like some kind of food vessel or restaurant vessel. Directly beneath there, it looks like some kind of weird fortune teller blimp. Directly south of you, looks like a lady who's got a bunch of like cages and things on her ship for whatever reason. Just to the west of them, looks like some kind of slime merchant that may also have some kind of a food ship. And directly north of him, some other merchant that seems to have various vegetables and fancy flowers.
Sorry, what was the merchant to the south of us?
It looks like a elf lady who has just like a bunch of cages and stuff on the deck of her spell jamming vessel.
I'm just going through my my backpack and kind of assessing if I need anything. For now, I don't see that I do.
Okay. Yeah, if anyone would like to wave down one of these spell jamming vessels, they'll probably like pull up next to you and visit.
I don't know. The cage one kind of sounds cool to me.
Not a little cagey.
The deck, you gonna wave that one down?
Yeah.
All right. She pulls up and kind of like flops a little like like plank that like kind of like hooks onto the side of your ship, and Says, how you guys doing? Are you new here? I haven't recognized your ship. Are you guys pilgrims?
Pilgrims.
Sure.
Yeah. It's
We'll go with that.
she,
Yeah.
she's like looking around. I'm like, I don't see an oar. But I guess you must be new. Okay, that's cool.
An oar?
I mean, you guys are pilgrims of the oarsmen, right?
Yes.
Yes, we're new.
Oh, okay. First pilgrimage. Got it. That would explain why you don't have a tax flag. That'll probably be important later.
Hmm.
Right, a tax flag. So I know what it is, but I don't think my friends here remember. Can you just clarify for us what that tax flag is?
She like points back to her ship. Well, you're in Lux Crucia's territory. So I assumed you used your shipping lane. So you bought you're gonna need a tax flag, because if one of her kids catches you without one, well, probably set your ship on fire.
Right.
Insight check on that.
Sure.
See if I'm picking up if she's bullshitting me.
Pointing at her ship, and you see all the other ships around you have a similar red flag made of some kind of tanned leather that sits like directly underneath whatever flag they're currently flying.
And where exactly will we get one of these tax flags? I'm sorry, I must have missed it in the transfer instructions.
Oh,
Yes.
well, I mean, you could pick one up at the Spur. I mean, it's only like 900 gold.
Okay.
How much would it be to buy yours?
900 gold. So that I could go get one, because I ain't getting caught dead out here without one.
And what
Interesting.
would happen if you do get cut out here without one?
Well,
Get the dead.
well, out here, let's see, which of her daughters hangs out here? Oraxis. She catches you out here, she'll probably set your boat on fire.
Wow, that's harsh.
I mean,
we wouldn't want
They,
that.
they take their taxes very seriously. They are red dragons, after all.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is there is there an alternate way to? I mean, being new, we that we had a lot of expenses getting the ship together and everything that we needed, and we're a little bit short on money at the moment. Is there an alternative? Can we like rent a flag?
Well, I mean,
Favor
probably
for a
not.
favor.
I don't know. I assume I assume the 900 gold price tag's a little steep for you.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys are going up the Spur because you're pilgrims, right?
Yes.
I'm here looking for some griffin eggs. They nest along the Spur.
Okay.
And I'd be willing to help you out. You bring me back, every unhatched griffin egg, 200 gold.
Okay.
Are we going to run into any of these red dragons along the way?
I don't know, maybe. I haven't seen one of Lux Crucia's daughters around, but been a while.
All right.
How about 300 an egg?
No. Normally I would have only paid 150, but you guys seem a little desperate, so
All right.
I'd be willing to give you 200.
Any tips you can tell us for where these griffin eggs are?
I mean, mostly they nest in the upper Spur. So once you get past Tide Watch.
Tide Watch. Gotcha. Okay. And like, are they just laying out in the open? Are there?
I mean, generally they're in nests.
Okay. Is there anything guarding the nests?
Generally the parents.
Gotcha. So probably would be good.
I'd suggest waiting for at least one of them to go out hunting. Then you don't have to deal with one griffin.
Right. And are like, let's say, have you ever gone and gotten an egg yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'd rather have other people do it.
Well, I'm just asking, like, does it hurt a lot when they hit you?
I mean, the goal is not to get hit. They have sharp beaks and claws.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you are aware, griffins are part bird and part cat.
Seems a little weird, because don't cats usually chase birds?
Right. It's like a bird caught a cat, or the other way around. Cat caught a bird. See, the front end's the bird, and the back end's the cat.
Gotcha. Well, you see, I got like a wolf puppy here. Her name's Elle. What if she ate the cat? Then
That's an
you have, like,
interesting critter you got there.
bird, cat, dog.
Would you be willing to part with that? Immediately, I was like, no.
We just named it.
All right.
No, sorry, dog stays with us.
We should
Well,
be
like I said-
interested in a crazy gnome instead.
A crazy gnome? I don't sell people. I sell animals.
All right, so we just go to the upper spur, and we bring back as many griffin eggs as we can, and you'll pay us 200 gold each.
Yeah. And then you can use that to buy the tax flag on your way out, and then you should be fine.
Gotcha.
So do you sell? Or
I
trade?
mean, I'm here to pick up.
Oh,
I sell animals.
okay.
Do you have any animals on board?
No, I'm here to collect.
Gotcha.
I'm doing a griffin run.
Oh, griffin run. That sounds like a... nah, it would probably be like a door or something like that. Never mind. All right. Well, I guess we'll head. Are you going to be right here when we get back?
I mean, I'll be around.
Okay. That's helpful. Thank you.
All right, and she's like, all right, I'll keep an eye out for your ship.
Okay.
She kind of motors off to another area of the flotilla.
I know. I mean, maybe we should ask.
Ask some of those people, see if they have any jobs
Well,
for us.
Well, I kind of had an idea about talking to that guy over there, pointing to the ship with the blue sails.
Which one?
Over here.
The blimp or the food ship? Got it.
Yeah.
2 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay.
Food sounds good.
You want to flag him down?
Oh yeah.
All right. He pulls up, kind of latches on. Goes, pilgrims. Are you? I assume you guys are hungry. Good news. Soup's on.
Awesome.
Good to know.
Soup's always good.
What can I do for you?
You know, just first time here. I'm trying to see, what all we have, who our friends around us are.
Oh well, we're all pretty friendly around here. You pilgrims, you always bring money.
Not this time.
So you're gonna have to eat up. It's a long walk up the spur, I hear.
Yeah.
So,
let's see.
somebody else was talking about some sort of flag that we were missing. Do you know anything about that?
He looks up and goes, "Oh, You guys don't have a tax flag.
Nope.
Yeah,
Who runs this boat?
we're kind of equal in that we just acquired it, and
Oh.
that took a lot more of our.
Well, you better
Savings than we
work
had
on getting a
planned.
tax flag soon. I heard one of the dragons has been circling the spire lately. I mean, we all pay her, homage for peaceful travel in the region. So we're not really sure why Luxcretia has sent one of her daughters to the island, but there's definitely a red dragon around. So you better do whatever it takes to get your hands on a flag soon.
I mean, would you be willing to work with us and make some money to get the flag?
I sell soup,
We understand that.
and unless you're here to give me money for soup, there's not really much I can do for you.
We're more hoping that as a man who has soup, you would hear things, know things, and be able to pass along a helpful word or two.
To who?
So the people who are looking to get a tax flag, so we don't get attacked by a dragon.
So you're looking for work?
Well, possibly, depending on the work.
I don't know. Splurbit over there, and he kind of like nods toward the ooze vessel. He's heard some interesting stuff from the pilgrims. Maybe he knows something.
Noted.
Good. Well, thank you.
Can I get like a... I don't know if how you store the soup.
Hmm?
I don't know if you have like... I wouldn't say a pot, what I'm thinking of.
You want like a to-go crock of soup?
Yeah.
All right.
How
Be
much you want?
a gold.
Sure. I've
Hey,
got
you
soup.
happen to know what those tax flags go for, or what is the quickest and cheapest way to get one?
Well, I mean, they sell them generally on all the planetoids in the area. So
For how much?
about 800-900 gold.
I was hoping I had heard wrong. Alright, well, thank you so much for the information. The soup looks delicious. I would take one to go as
I mean, it is expensive. I'll grant you that. But honestly, once you pay it, it's the safest way to travel in the area. You don't get attacked by dragons, which is a plus. The dragons kill just about anything that would cause you problems. So it's safe travels just about anywhere. And everyone is here gathering where it's safe. So you can sell stuff to people all the time. Honestly, it's a win-win.
Noted. How far does Lursha's territory reach? Or-
Luxcretia?
Luxcretia, sorry. I'm bad with names, have you noticed?
I have noticed. I mean, it's a pretty hefty chunk of garden.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know anyone who's been willing to extricate her. She's an ancient red dragon.
An ancient or red dragon? I don't know. Her own kids?
I mean, that's what kids do, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gives you some soup and heads back to his ship.
I
Guess
got
we
soup,
should-
guys.
Yeah. What kind of job the other
Oh.
merchant has to offer? The
So,
oozy guy.
Splurbit? Splurbit the ooze.
Yeah, I wave at the oozy.
Okay. He comes over and kind of locks onto your ship for a bit. Kind of like reaches over oozes over the side deck and like looks at you guys. Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right.
You guys are here for the pilgrimage, right?
Yeah.
Man, that ascension thing, that was real crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, the craziest.
Yeah. Do
That's
other
gotta be a deception check, right?
Huh? You guys can't deceive. You guys have terrible charisma. You guys can't deceive worth crap. But it's hilarious that you try.
Well,
look at that.
Craziest.
Yeah. You guys make it seem like you know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like I said,
I'm noticeably keeping quiet about that.
he's like, "Oh, you guys must be new. You pilgrims, right?"
That's how we don't have our ore.
Do other ships that are not pilgrims go through here?
I mean, we merchants hang out here all the time. I mean, you got to service all the pilgrims that come through. Normally, we get them coming and going. But I mean, after the ascension, that didn't happen that last time.
Should we plans to ships that try to go through that are neither merchant nor pilgrims?
Adventurers and such. Yeah, we get a few of those sometimes.
Oh. Do they need a tax flag?
Oh yeah, everyone needs a tax flag.
Oh, I see.
Can I make a history check to figure out what the ascension is, or?
Sure.
oh,
No idea.
It's a 12.
it showed up as a 20 on mine for a second.
Let's see. Savannah, you travel in various well, you don't travel in various religious circles, but you hear things. Make for me a religion check. Yeah, you're not really sure either. Some kind of weird religious experience happened. I mean, you're free to ask about it.
Oh,
I'll seem stupid.
Sorry, I'm still new. What happened with this ascension?
Oh man, it was miraculous as far as anyone can tell. So as you being pilgrims know, you guys go down there, hike up the giant spur till you guys, I don't know, get tired of walking. As far as I can tell, then you come back down and you leave. You know, it's what you guys do. But about 4 weeks ago, all the pilgrims that went down didn't come back.
And
And
that didn't raise any eyebrows?
oh, it raised a lot of eyebrows. All the way up the chain. The priests of the oarsmen were freaking out about it. Something about the Great Ascension. And I hear they sent a new priest to go like reman the temple at Tidewatch. But like, and now this place is just booming. Like people are, pilgrims are coming from all over, hoping that maybe they're next to go ascend to the astral plane or whatever. It's crazy. We're making money hand over the fist up here.
I mean, yeah, they don't think you need the money in the astral plane, do you?
I mean, I would imagine they don't, which is fine with me, because I don't live in the astral plane. I need the money here.
This is the booze boat, right, or bar boat?
Yeah, it's like a bar boat.
Okay. Well, anyway, we heard that you might need some assistance with work. We were a little short.
Well, I don't need any assistance.
Oh no.
You have somebody who does?
But I would imagine that priest down at Tidewatch is probably pulling her hair out at this point.
Noted. That's lower down, right? Tide watch or
Yeah. So he kind of like moves his wobbly ooze form pointing from like the shore up, and he's like, so about 3 miles up from the shore, that's about the midway point, and that's where you'll find Tide Watch.
how many miles is the spire again?
How many miles up is the spire?
Yeah, Spur.
You lose track of it about 4 miles up into a nebula.
I'm asking him as well.
And he's like, yeah, no one's ever found the top as far as I know. I mean, you can't fly to it. If you get too close with a spell jamming vessel, like, you'll crash.
Okay.
The runes that are on it kind of mess with our navigation.
Anyone ever been dumb enough to fly up towards it?
I mean, I would imagine that the dragons fly up there. They got wings.
Oh yeah. I guess there's griffins up there too, or something like that.
Yeah, I would imagine anything with wings, honestly.
Gotcha. And I can breathe out here.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, I would imagine if you're looking for some work, you head over to Tide Watch. That priest lady, she'll probably put you to work.
Okay. I don't say anything else until he leaves.
He'll be like, well, if that's all, he'll detach and.
I'll be nice and buy like a 1 gold thing of wine or something like that.
Okay. He'll give you he'll pull a bottle out of like a tub. It's still a little wet and cold, and like hand it to you.
That's fine. Yeah.
What do you
You're
guys
still paying
think?
for stuff.
Deck, you see below, as you're kind of keeping an eye out, that one of the larger ships has detached from the parking spire, leaving an opening.
I'll tell Sylvana in her head. I was like, "Hey, it might take time to peace out. Looks like a parking spot just opened up."
Ooh. I immediately start heading there.
All right.
While she's doing that, I want to look at that map again. Is the etching with the Draconic still on there?
Oh yeah, it's burned into your map.
Okay, making sure it didn't magically vanish too. And it said, follow the dragon coins to prosperity and safety.
Yeah.
Are those
Okay.
burnt boats?
Maybe. Anyway, you find yourselves heading down to the parking spire. It is not hard to kind of navigate in to where you can latch on. There's kind of like a dock locking mechanism so that people can't like make off with your spell jamming vessel. You're handed like a small gem with like a little enchanted mark kind of carved in it that you're told matches your kind of like parking spot, so that only people with this gem can kind of leave with your ship or even get on your ship. When you leave, like a protective energy bubble kind of like goes around your ship.
All right.
Cinderell's like, I'll chill here. I gotta keep working on this crystal you gave me.
Okay. Just don't, break anything.
Deck, are you taking your dog with you?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
I appreciate that you properly gave me ownership of the dog.
You're the one who's been playing with it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. To the next scene. Coming down from the spire, you have to take a rowboat into the island proper, and they've got like little ferry boats that you can use. It is a nice little market area. There are a bunch of people kind of wandering around, stocking up. Everyone seems to have like big hiking backpacks. In fact, you're the only ones that don't. Everyone else seems over prepared for, well, or maybe exactly prepared for a multi-mile hike into the air.
I got soup.
You do see that the giant spur itself, it would have taken about an hour for the ship to like fly around it. It's that big around. And on top of that, there are like hundreds of little like 10-foot wide paths carved in it, spiraling around. So it's, while you're going 3 miles up, you're doing a lot of walking around. So it's going to take a long time to get anywhere.
Weeks.
Well, I know what I'm going to be preparing next time we rest.
These berries are delicious.
Damn right
But you,
they are.
but no, you make it to. Oh, importantly, Deck, you are no longer purple. The purple has finally worn off.
Oh man, I was getting used to it too.
But yeah, you're kind of taking in the sights of this area. A bunch of little merchants are like hawking all kinds of things. When over by the cabbage cart,
Cabbages.
a man with a large axe grabs one of the people and like slams him up against the cart, and spills cabbages like all over the ground, and goes, "Look, I'm tired of waiting. I know they're here somewhere. It's not hard. You tell me if you've seen. There's 2 elves, a human, and a purple rabbit."
I get behind. As soon as I hear.
And this guy looks very shocked. He doesn't want any part of this conversation.
Hey guys, I think they're talking about us. I mean, I'm not purple anymore, but I think they're talking about us.
Hey.
I'm replying to. I'm going to reply to Deck in his head. Deck, they're looking for a purple rabbit.
I get
Dude.
behind the thing.
You hide
Still.
behind like one of the carts.
Still,
Why are they
Right.
cards?
Right, you guys. I'm gonna try and get close to look at his axe. Is it like a black axe?
Oh, it's 100%. This is 100% a Black Rift soldier.
God. Okay.
Looking around, does there appear to be any other Black Rift around?
Make me a perception check.
With pleasure. No.
You do not see any.
I'd say
I think we should try not to cause an commotion.
I'm going to
There's
take
a
a look
radiant
around.
commotion being caused.
I'm going to take a look around as well, just to make sure.
All right.
I'm going to take my hood, pull it up over top.
Rothamir, you clock a Black Rift soldier there, and there.
Going to relay the information as best I can to Deck, and I'll kind of to Victor as well.
This one over here seems to be accosting this lady, and this one over here looks like he's about to go accost this lady, and then this guy over here is just kind of like looking around amongst the crowd.
I'm gonna go.
I'll tell them to hide, and I'm gonna go with my hood up over here and try to overhear what's going on with this conversation.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
I'll kind of hang with Victor.
You are
15.
stealthy
go.
enough for him not paying attention to you. The other 3 of you also need to make stealth checks.
I'm not necessarily trying to be selfish.
Sylvana, you can make it with advantage as you're hiding behind a cart.
I guess I'm gonna do this.
I'm hiding behind it. I mean,
Disadvantage. But I'm not necessarily trying to be stealthy.
All right.
I am going to go.
You're just
I'm
gonna
almost trying to
waltz. You're just like
almost-
waltz up there.
Yeah. Like if I'm alone, I'm just a human. It's like, yeah.
So you're gonna just waltz up like it's no big deal.
Yeah. Trying to,
All right.
Trying to think what to say.
While you think about that, Deck, you're listening. This guy is again similar, and they're like, we know they came here. They had to have. There's only so many places you can go from Ignaca. We were told that they could be anywhere, but this is probably where they are. If you see them, you tell me right now. And the lady's like, I don't know anything about a rabbit. I don't know anything. I'm here to do a pilgrimage, good sir. He's
I'll come around the corner and go, hey, you looking for a purple rabbit?
All right. He'll look at you, and go, yeah? What do you know about a purple rabbit?
I see we passed a purple rabbit and their friends. It was 2 elves and a human.
About
Days up
that
on a-
time, you hear this guy over here call out to his friends, there's one of them! And he's pointing right at Victor, who is not hiding like you told him to. In fact, he's standing in the middle of the square, and he's got a piece of paper in his hand, the Black Reef soldier, that looks like it has a picture of Victor on it.
I guess it's initiative time.
Yeah, it's initiative time.
Let's try to be nice and heroic.
Better let the rogue try to convince them that they didn't need to be around here. There it is.
Aid.
All right, I have Victor and Sylvana locked in, and there's Rothamir.
Gotta figure out where initiative is.
Rothner beat me up by 4.
Utility?
Should be utility.
Utility. Oh, there it is. Okay, great.
There we go.
I usually just click it on the.
As usual, Deck goes first.
Quick rabbit.
This guy is 100% distracted by his friend screaming, there's one of them. So he looks away from you for a brief second.
Would he be considered engaged with the person that he was yelling at?
No, she is not an ally combatant by any means.
Okay. So then I'll say, oh shit, there's your guy right now. I was about to tell you. Why don't you go get him? And I'll ready my action for once he leaves, I'm going to shank him.
Seems like a solid plan. Rothamir, you're up.
I'm going to keep an eye on this guy here. Actually, never mind. I know what they're going to do. I know roughly what's going to happen here.
They're all going to stand around Victor, and Victor won't get hit because his armor class is too high. No.
I wish that would be the case, and in order to help that, I think I'll go ahead and just guiding bolt the one.
Well, you connect for
Ouch.
a serious amount of damage.
Oh.
You light him up.
Literally.
Cabbage guy or other guy? Okay.
The one who was pointing at you. This guy over here.
I think I'm gonna go hit him.
That makes it Victor's turn.
I will move over here. Take care. Well, gonna hit me either way. Yeah, I'll go hit. Yeah, I'll go hit this guy. What? What? Yeah, I'm screwed. Sorry. I will pull out this one sword that I got. Plus one longsword.
The one that burns up in daylight. That one.
Yeah.
You
Here in the daylight.
Yeah.
So you're using it.
Hey!
Just to confirm, you're using the sword that will
that-
deteriorate in daylight in a
what-
place where there is daylight.
okay,
I just
fine.
need to know that.
No, I won't. It's
Okay.
gonna be 6 instead. Unless a 13 doesn't hit.
A 13 will hit.
Okay. Right. Yeah. And then so just mark him down for 6.
Okay.
And then yeah, it's my turn.
All right.
Take end turn.
This one will come visit you with his axe.
Yeah.
Or because I didn't change it appropriately, a mace is what it will say, but it's really an axe. But he misses you with it with the first attack,
Okay. First attack.
but not the second. He also misses you with the second attack. Sylvana, it is your turn. There seems to be Victor has decided to pick a fight.
Well, sensing that my friends might be in danger and this does not look like a good situation, I am going to concentrate and I'm going to send in good thoughts and vibes and bless them to protect them against these clearly evil foes.
All right. They become high definition, as we've determined your bless makes them
And I move up a
more
little
colorful.
bit, but I stay behind the boxes.
Seems good.
All right.
Victor, this one shoves this lady out of the way and takes a step that direction. Would you like to stab him?
Who, me?
Or sorry, not Victor. Yeah, sorry, Deck. The one you were planning on attacking began moving.
Yeah, would I get advantage on this because he's not expecting me to
Oh,
attack?
yeah, he's 100% not expecting it.
All right, so that's Alt and click.
You connect.
Okay, so that's 9 plus sneak attack because it was advantage. So that's an additional 8. So 17.
You get him real good, and he's like, "Oh!" And he turns around and swings his axe at you instead.
Yeah, that hurts.
And then he swings it again.
Stop it.
Apparently, you're easier to hit than Victor is.
Yeah, I am.
Both of those would have hit me as well.
I know. But it works out that you're easier to hit than Victor is. All right. This one attacks Victor
Of course it would.
because, of course, he would,
Yeah, I won't do this.
but only
For 4.
hits once, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
And
mark it
then
down.
this one doesn't know what's going on over there, so he's going to join this fight.
Sure, why not? Stop it! I will use this one.
I mean, you're the one who walked out into the middle of the place and didn't hide like you were supposed to.
No, that's okay. Let me roll a d6 real quick. I'm taking that plus 2 less damage. I'm taking 4 less damage.
All right. Sylvana, Rothamir, you are the first to notice, after this first round of combat, a large shadow fly over the area. And that large shadow, when you look up, is connected to a dragon. A red dragon. Who looks like this. She is resplendent in many adorned jewelry bits. And she kind of like gives a wide swing around and lands on top of this rock and breathes a cone of fire up into the air, kind of asserting herself on the scene. And then that causes various pilgrims to immediately scatter as best they can. And then she just kind of sits there and watches. Deck, it's your turn.
I will bonus action disengage and come around 15 feet here. Another 15 feet there.
All right.
Actually, sorry, I'll back up 5 feet. So that I still have line of sight on where Victor is.
All right.
And I'm going to hold my attack action with one of my side blades until I see one of the people attack or try to attack Victor, and see if the dragon reacts to that.
Okay.
If they attack and the dragon punishes them for that, I'm not going to attack. If they attack and the dragon just looks amused, I'm going to throw my blade at them.
Okay. Rothamir, it's your turn.
Yeah, I am going to keep an eye on the situation with Victor as well, but I'm also going to be watching the dragon and kind of holding my action. Once again, depending on what this dragon does, because I don't want to make, I'm assuming, her angry.
Victor, everyone else has paused. What are you doing?
I will ready an action for either one to hit me. Any of them hit me. I will target this one I've been hitting if any of them swing at me again.
If any of them swing at you, you're going to shoot or attack that one?
Yeah.
All right. The one beneath you will go to attack you, so feel free to attack his friend. That was almost a 20.
You're 4 damage, sir.
All right. Then this one attacks you.
Right.
With the hand axe. And then again with another hand axe. Hopefully better this time.
Sure.
And then, so, Deck, the one beneath has attacked your friend has attacked one. The dragon seems to be just casually watching what's going on. You are also muted.
Sorry, I have background noise. Who was the one that attacked Victor first?
This one.
The one on the bottom, great.
Yes.
Then I will target them and throw my side blade. And get sneak attack on that one.
You get him real good. He looks very wobbly.
Okay.
Sylvana?
I don't know. I'm going to just do... It's so scary with that dragon right on top of me. But
She is a very, very resplendent monster.
But I didn't see that they reacted to the fight, and my friend
It's almost like a cat just watching a bunch of crickets fight.
So evil, watching people suffer. Gotcha.
So I am gonna go ahead and shoot this one, which I believe he already hit. Let me untarget everyone else. And I'm just gonna, for now, just do a total to that.
Okay.
On
that. You kill him.
All
didn't show the animation.
Right.
I do not understand though why it did not show the animation.
I know. I was looking forward to it.
It worked last week.
It did. Last week we
Oh.
got the animation to work, which was
There was
very
much-
sad.
There was much rejoicing, cheering in the streets. Oh wait, that was when the Phillies clinched the National League championship. Never mind.
Yeah. This one sees you kill his friend and decides he's going to visit you.
With my held action, would I be able to do something before he moves around?
What would you like to do?
Cast hold person on that one.
Feel free to attempt it.
My goal was to try to keep him from beating on Victor, but
Actually, he was right here, but yeah.
if this works, I'll be okay with it.
Let loose your magic. He failed. He is unable. So he like turns and starts running at you, Sylvana, and then just a weird constellation effect appears above him and like traps him, and he just can't move.
I look back at Rathamir and kind of nod my head.
And nod back.
This thug is going to wail on Victor some more.
Stop it. Yeah, I'll do it again. I'll just. Well, if I roll 2 her, yeah. I just won't take any damage.
That's fine. And while this one's gonna like stumble through the mess. He's only gonna be able to get one attack off on you, Dak, as he kind of like comes through the merchant pile.
Just barely hits. That's fine.
And
Barely.
now it's your turn. What does Deck do?
Oh shit! I thought you said Victor.
Oh no, Deck's turn. Sorry.
Deck is going to. I guess I'm gonna not target him anymore because he's dead. I'll target this one, and I'll go. Hold on. This one right here.
Yes, he's held. He
He's
cannot
held.
move.
So if I were to throw something at them, they couldn't. Would it be with advantage, you think?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will bonus action disengage and move 10 feet this way. And then targeting not you, but this one, I will go ahead and throw my psionic blade.
You do him an appreciable amount of damage.
And sneak attack for an additional 9.
Does good.
So that's 10. I will move the rest of my movement up to here.
Okay.
Playing Ring Around the Rosie with the Black Rift Thug.
Rothamir, it's your turn. There seems to be a Black Rift soldier that has come out of the merchant stall behind you, chasing after Deck, who has then run away, leaving him there with you. And then the other two still fighting at Victor, one of which you have frozen with your spell.
I get the feeling that Deck may have inadvertently left this guy here to smack at either of us, so I should probably turn around and take care of that.
Seems good.
Sorry, Rathmir.
As he runs by, sorry!
I'm in pain.
Bad guy on your 6. Bad guy on your 6. Ah!
So I will shift over here to I'll kind of move a little bit more out of the way.
Okay.
Then I shall
Do very well on that roll. Hurting him even more. Anything else?
That is where I will kind of hold for this turn, just because I don't want to.
Victor,
Where-
one of your targets is frozen and 5 feet away from, or 10 feet away from you, and the other is still trying to kill you.
Where's L during all of this?
Where do you want L during all of this?
I guess whenever I'm running around, they would disapparate into fog and then reappear behind me. Yeah.
There you go.
I will shove this guy with my.
You haven't told L to do anything, so he's just following you around at the moment.
I will technically shove this one that's beating me up slightly.
No, hopefully that works out for you. Unfortunately, well, he failed, so it will fall prone.
I'll wait for the.
There you go.
Please roll with advantage. Oh, yeah.
It should auto roll with advantage.
Oh, just for the crits. Let's see if I did crit.
Just roll a straight d20.
I have.
Okay.
Close.
All right. Well, you did him some damage, and you fell over. That's
Yep.
about it.
All I can really hope for.
All right, Sylvana, you're up.
Well, I see the one coming from behind us, and
Mhm.
I don't want to feel vulnerable, so I'm gonna target him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit him with the guiding bolts. You see electricity coming out of my.
You.
Oh damn!
Well, he did.
Dead.
So he's
I-
very
A little bit.
Firing
Very
command
dead.
waves here.
just you're like, I don't want you here. Die. You notice after you do that you have now drawn the dragon's attention. She seems to be looking at you specifically.
I did not want that.
Well, you did
So
want to be top of the class. You got the teacher's attention.
For the class, teacher's
Yeah.
attention. That's how this works.
I'm gonna pretend not to notice, and I'm gonna continue looking at my friend Victor, who's surrounded by
Well,
enemies.
he's less surrounded now. There's only one that's still functionally movable. Speaking of, he needs to make a save of some kind. Which I believe is a wisdom save.
A will institution. Oh,
Damn.
He
Constitution.
saves out of that.
good thing it's at the end of his turn.
That is correct. The other guy will get up and swing his axe at you some more, but not do a great job of it, and probably not do a great job of it again. That makes it Deck's turn.
I'll turn around to L, and I'll say, L, go between Victor and the guy on the left, and try to get in his face and like mess him up.
He L kind of like wisps over there, and claws at the soldier's face for some damage. Seems to have gotten his attention.
And as L is doing that, I am going to throw my psionic blade. That's. Is that a bonus action to command L, or is that just sort of their initiative?
That was just saying things.
Okay.
The problem with L is if L dies, he's dead. So
Right. So that's why I'm going to throw my offhand with the bonus action. Does that hit? Okay, good.
Seems to.
And then I'll use sneak attack.
All right, soldier's still up. Rothamir, you're up.
Get myself in here.
Kind of ensconce yourself in some crates.
Yep. Target this guy, and we'll see if the short bow can do its thing again.
He dies.
Big the puppy.
Good job. Victor.
Let's second verse, same as first. Try to fall down.
He failed. He's again prone. As soon as you like just push a cabbage under his foot and he falls again.
1 second. Let me roll that other d20 because that's
Apparently
important.
you badly missed. And also badly, yeah, this
I'll take the two over the
on the
one.
cabbage as you go to swing and just does not connect.
Alright.
Sylvana.
I don't know what to make of Victor missing so much. Something's obviously distracted him. There must be something in his eye. There's no way that he would.
He got a cabbage leaf in his face.
It's the tear.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna hit him with Tolo the Dead. Ah!
Oh!
Well, you killed him. I really wish the animation would happen for it, though.
Oh,
I wonder how we got it to work last week. Anyway, he dies. Thus ends combat.
I'm pretending not to look at that dragon.
Well, the dragon does not pretend to not look at you. Kind of almost like in a hop prance. She just kind of like drops down to the ground, kind of like a stalking cat, and kind of surveys the scene as everyone has either stopped running or has just kind of paused in the action. And she goes, "Well, isn't this a mess? Don't just stand here. Get over here."
I'll whistle over to L. Have them come back over to me.
I'll look around. Is she talking to us? Is she talking?
so.
She's looking right at you.
I'll get out from behind those.
Don't worry, we saved you a spot in this corner so we can stand right in front.
Hey, no, right there.
It's like, all of you get right in the breath weapon cone, if you would please.
Okay.
I'm taking the dodge action.
As you must be new here, I am Oraxis, administrator of this island. You guys made quite a mess. Give me all your gold magic items.
What? They caused a mess.
I'm sorry, what?
She's like, all your gold, all your magic items.
Hey, look, we just came here, just landed. These guys came up and started to attack us. All we were doing was defending ourselves.
About halfway through your explanation, she bursts out laughing, and like rolls over into this boat and like causes it to like subsume into the water as she rolls into it, and comes up and goes, "No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding." Could you imagine if like I was just going around like mugging people in my mother's territory? What would she say? Oh God, what would she say? But no, that's not important. What's important is that there were some people causing some problems here, and you solved that for me, which is kind of nice. I see ugly black riff folk causing some issues. I was gonna have to solve it, but you beat me to it, and for that, good work.
I'll just politely nod.
Me as well.
You're welcome.
So, no big deal. No harm, no foul. At least for you guys. Seems you're a bit stronger than the mostly soggy pilgrims that this spire typically attracts.
I mean, we've been battle tested a few times along the way.
You also, she kind of like looks down at like one of the papers that one of the Black Rift soldiers had dropped on the ground, like one of the wanted posters, and goes, "You also seem to be wanted by the Black Rift Navy, which is kind of an unenviable position for mere humanoids."
I mean, look, so they were messing around with things they shouldn't have been and messing with some good people. We stepped in to defend the good people, and they took issue with that. I mean, it's not our fault.
Yeah, look, not my issue. By chance, you guys going up the spire?
I mean, that was sort of where we were heading.
All right, well, that's good. There's been some issues up there lately. That's kind of why I'm here. Bunch of pilgrims disappeared. Caused some issues with the revenue flow on this island.
Perhaps we could assist you with that problem as well.
Well, I mean, yeah, that'd be great. If you guys could go up that island and figure out what's going on, take care of it, make my day.
I mean, is there like anything that you can like do for us in return?
Well, what do you have in mind?
I mean, there's been talk of these tax flags.
Yeah.
Do you maybe have one laying around that you could help us with?
Oh, you guys are the ones with the boat up there without the tax flag.
Yeah, we came on the island to try to make some money so
I
we could
was
buy
wondering who would be that dumb.
Yeah, that's us.
It's a new boat.
I know. I was looking forward to setting it on fire.
We meant no offense. We were unaware of the rules, but we've
You know what? Since you already did me a solid, and I would rather not have to waste my time flying up this stupid rock to figure out what's going on. If you guys go up there, solve it, and then come down here and prove that you solved it, I'll write you off a tax flag.
That
Really?
sounds fine by me.
deal.
I mean, I can do that.
Well, that's good. I guess get to it. That's what you people do, right?
I mean, like, I don't know how these kind of deals work. Like, do we need to have it in writing or anything?
I mean, is the word of Lux Cretia's brood not good enough for you, Rabbit?
No. I'm just like, I don't know how to do these. I've never made a deal this big before.
Well, it's simple. You do the thing you said you were going to do, and you can get off the island with a tax flag. And if you don't do what you said you were going to do, I hope you have another boat to get off the island.
I believe her. Her word is good with me.
Dragons don't like being called liars.
She bends down and like kind of gets kind of eye level with you when she says that last bit. When she does so, Savannah, you're in the front row, closest to her. Make for me a perception check.
Mm.
10 is not great. You notice briefly that the gold mask that's covering her face seems like there's something underneath it that didn't seem quite right, but you couldn't quite get a good glimpse of it. Like something wasn't correct.
Yeah.
But she's already like reared back up, so like you'd have to get her to like come back down to your level if you wanted another opportunity at it.
Okay.
Come down here, dragon. I have a secret to tell you.
Or not. I mean, it's up to you.
I'm thinking. My apologies. I am so nervous around you. You're magnificent. I am in awe of your grandeur and your colors.
I'm hearing a lot of talking and not seeing a lot of walking.
Well,
Does this have a point?
May I ask for your blessing for luck? It'll give me the courage that I need to go to this.
Sure, you're blessed.
Well, where I'm from, I mean, if you could just maybe like kiss my hands or something.
You want me to what?
And I put my hands in front, and I just stay there hoping.
She bends her head down, but like in the most incredulous look you've ever seen. Make me another perception check as she kind of like turns her head toward you. That's great. She gets up close to her and then goes, I'm not doing that. And pulls her head back up. But you get to see that under the gold mask that she wears, it seems to be covering up a bit of white scales.
I don't see
like some kind of like weird birthmark or something.
I mean, it's okay. You don't. I understand. I'm not. I'm probably not even worthy of your. Yes, I might have asked for too much. I apologize. I put my hands down and.
She's like, apology accepted. Hop to it, adventurers. And she gets back on her rock and just starts like moving her wings out to sun for a bit.
And as soon as we get far away enough that she can't hear us, I will let my companions.
It looks like the way up is this direction, where all these people have like scattered to.
I'm gonna grab these black bounty posters they have for us.
That's smart.
Yeah, definitely want to grab those, and I'll kind of look back up to. I'm gonna look up to Rexus. Would you like us to help dispose of this?
Oh, I'll take care of that. I'm a bit peckish.
Okay. We just want to take these with us as I roll them up.
Yeah. And I grab, if there are those on this one, I'll grab that, and then, very well, thank you very much. And then head up this way.
I'll be searching some of the bodies just real quick, poke
Sure.
into the pockets.
That's fine. They don't seem to carry much on them other than the little rap sheets for you guys, and like their ceremonial axes. You notice Black Rift soldiers seem to travel pretty light.
Gotcha. DM code for stop searching their pockets. Damn it.
I mean, you can. Some of them may, some important ones may have things, but most of the basic soldier folk don't tend to carry much on them unless otherwise noted.
They don't have any like sort of badges saying that they're Black Rift. It's just
the axes are kind of like a cultural item of significance.
I figured with the axes they don't need gold or stinking badges. Oh.
But yeah, so from there, you guys heading up the spur.
Yes, sir.
I guess all the merchants are gone.
Oh yeah, like everyone here is basically scattered.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Probably not
okay.
wise to steal stuff with a dragon overhead.
Right. Yeah,
you-
definitely.
Did you guys notice she has some like birthmarks, some like white scales or something in beneath her mask? Did you guys notice that?
Oh.
Rothamir,
No, I was-
make me a nature check.
I was too busy looking at the freaking big ass dragon that flew down here that we just made friends with.
That's pretty good. So that happens with dragons. Sometimes they are born with like a discoloration in their scales. In dragon society, that is heavily frowned upon.
Oh no.
So this particular red dragon may be what you would consider the black sheep of the family.
Aww.
Yeah, so I'll kind
Red
of
sheep.
I'll kind of pass that along a little bit. So it's probably best to not bring it up with her. She might
It may
be
be
a
a,
bit
it may be a
sensitive
bit of
about it.
contention for her.
Okay. Duly noted.
But
Duly noted.
she may also be more willing to think differently than the rest of her kin.
Do you like prove herself?
Possibly. Either way, I think it's not a bad idea to stay on her good side.
What I'm looking at these bounty papers.
Yeah.
Like what are they charging for us? Like
No, it's not. They're not bounty papers. They're just like pieces of
notices?
paper that have your picture on them, so that so the soldiers can kind of like look at them and like look out in the crowd and see if they recognize something.
Man, they
There's
couldn't
not
get my
like an actual bounty.
Man, they couldn't get my nose right in this anyways.
I'm offended that they didn't put at least some gold on deck.
Me too.
Well, they have them as purple, so
Well, I mean,
I
these
don't
guys
even
are
look
doing
like
it
that
for their
anymore.
job. They're not bounty hunting you.
The least they could do is get the ears right. It's the left one that's folded, or that's straight up. It's the right one that's folded down. They got to
Just walking up there
I mean-
complaining
I
about your
mean-
papers the whole time.
I mean, it doesn't change the fact that you're purple in here.
All right.
Offended, I say.
As you leave this area and kind of head up the spur, so this is a long winding trail up the side of the spur that sometimes opens up into smaller areas that you can kind of like spread out in, maybe like little campgrounds for pilgrims along the way, or there's spots where there isn't a path, so someone has kind of like made like a rope bridge or like a little wooden ladder bridge to kind of bridge the gaps here or there. It's pretty tight walking, and you guys are at it for a couple of hours. When you first come to a rope bridge that is kind of like suspended over two chunks of the spur that don't quite connect right, and there's a group of 3 pilgrims kind of sitting there in front of this rickety old rope bridge, and they're kind of crying to each other, depressed. And when they see you, the woman here kind of like looks your direction and goes, "Oh, fellow pilgrims, are you are fellow pilgrims, right? You follow the tenets of the oarsmen?"
Go with it. Right. Let's go with it, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Savannah, make me a religion roll. Now that we've spelled out this religion a few times. Yeah, this guy's new to you. You've never heard of the oarsmen?
Can I make a history check on the oarsman?
Sure.
Yeah,
There's historical information you can get that is not religious information. So historically, the oarsmen, scholars believe that the oarsman was at some time maybe a giant that got plucked up by one of the various deities and sails the astral sea in that god's personal spelljammer, using his oar to kind of steer the ship. You don't know what main significance that deity has, or the oarsman specifically, but you do know that like there's some kind of historical schism of understanding where some people are like, no, it's definitely a person, and other people going, no, it's a giant that has been believed, like over the years has been kind of like co-opted into a more humanoid form for humanoid worshippers.
Okay.
But the only thing they can all agree on is that it's some individual who was kind of like plucked up by a god and kind of like steers their spell jamming vessel through the stars
Okay.
using like a giant black oar.
All right.
But you don't really know the tenets of the oarsmen or anything, so you're free to make that up however you feel.
Yeah.
But that's what the lady says. If anyone would like to respond to her.
I remember what she said.
She asked if you were, she thought you were pilgrims, then asked if you were pilgrims and if you followed the tenets of the oarsmen.
Yeah, we said yes. Sure.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. Best god ever.
Best god. She kind of thinks about that for a moment and he goes, and thinks better of it, and says, it's just terrible. We must have angered him somehow. He won't allow us to continue our pilgrimage to Tidewatch.
What do you
Why
mean?
so?
Whenever we step upon the she points, whenever we step upon the bridge, we are flung back. Clearly we're not worthy to continue our pilgrimage.
Flung-back how?
She looks at one of her companions and nods and goes, Cephas, you head up there and see and show them. And the boy's like, are you sure? Because last time, and she's like, no, they must see. And so he's like, all right. And he takes like a tentative step or two, and from like here, the bridge kind of like does one of these numbers and just kind of like flings him back to shore.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Hey, Elle, you want to try running across the bridge?
Elle kind of like wisps over and looks at the bridge and then kind of like trots out on it, and then it begins wobbling again, but Elle is steam, so it just kind of like wavers and then goes out and just kind of like hovers in the air while the bridge is kind of like wobbling heavily, and then like dives under the bridge for some reason, and chases out a collection of what look like little steam mephits that were hiding under the bridge, and like pops up back on the shore here and like looks at you and like looks at them like, I did good.
I'll come over and immediately start scratching her, going, good girl. Who's a good girl?
The mephits do not look happy that someone has broken up their fun. They look like they may attack.
I
Oh, no,
I
you don't.
pilgrims. It is not your god not letting you pass. It's this foul creatures.
I'll make my way downtown, running fast.
All right. At this point, we will move to initiative real quick.
Oh, okay.
I may have accidentally toggled off your combat state by accident.
Um, did mine go through? I clicked it, but
It was my fault. I accidentally hacked that up.
okay, got it. Do it again.
All right. In tradition, deck first.
Wise.
L is now on the initiative track as normal.
Deck's on there twice for me.
Yeah, I'm on there twice. Third in the order too.
Weird. There we go. I've corrected this problem.
I'll tell L. Hey L, you almost got hit last time. Go run back there and hide.
All right. On L's turn, L will do that. But other than that, what are you doing?
I'm going to target this one right here and throw my first blade. 15 to hit.
You hit.
And I don't get sneak attack, right?
You do not know.
Yeah. So second one.
Also hits.
For another 5.
That one does not look well.
And I will not target myself. But I will scooch back here and stand right next to this bush.
All right.
And end my turn.
Alrighty. Victor?
Guess I'll do something I don't usually. I'll take out my crossbow.
I
I know, I'm so bad at this.
Wait, fighters don't have to fight with a two-handed melee weapon?
They really don't.
I'm fine with one-handed melee weapon.
Nah.
Attack. Whoosh! For some reason, I guess it didn't. Unless an 18 misses.
Did you target them?
I did target him.
I don't show a target sensor on any of them.
I thought I did. Huh.
All right, roll what damage would be for that one.
Light crossbow is what, a D8?
D6, isn't it? Or hold on, this is.
Sure, it's a D8.
I think you're right.
So take it. Take your 9 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Oh, and then I'll drop my crossbow and pull out my sword.
All right. It did not appreciate that damage.
Okay.
This one over here is going to swoop over here toward this individual and attempt to claw at it. But miss. This pilgrim kind of like takes cover and is like, ah, it's getting after me. No.
Run away.
Then L is going to come hide as instructed. And then Rothamir's turn.
I think I will go ahead and assume the starry form. We'll go with the archer. Let's see, do I have to click the apply active effects?
I believe so.
Well, we'll try it, see what happens. And now I'll give myself a little distance, so that gives the non-combatants here a avenue to escape through.
Okay.
Target this one. We shall do a nice luminous arrow at it. And probably, oh wow.
No, they don't have a lot of hit points. They're made of steam.
I was more surprised that I hit.
Or I mean, they don't have a lot of armor class. They're made of steam. But you do hit. That happens. This one over here can only go 30 feet, so it attempts to block the path. And then it is Sylvana's turn.
Hey. I don't like these creatures. I don't like... And I'm going to try to destroy one with Toll of the Dead. For now. And I'm going to...
Well, you do it some damage, I think. Yeah.
It looked like it did. Yeah, I'm just gonna back up just a little bit, not much, and I will end my turn for now.
Alright. That puts us back with Deck.
Did that last one not go?
Oh. Hold on. It doesn't hurt you. Now, Deck.
All right, I'm going to target the one that's engaged with our little NPC friend, and I'm going to throw my first blade.
That one dies.
All right.
Importantly, though, when it dies, it does an amount of damage in a burst of cold, and the peasant that's here, this pilgrim, is like, ah! As he's like covered in like this burning steam.
I'll yell out, sorry! And I'm going to aim at the one. Is Dex smart enough not to throw it at this one?
And then that one dies.
Um,
I don't know. How
Let's-
smart is a Deck?
This is the prank, bro.
You know what? He's been in battle plenty of times. He's going to throw the psionic blade at this one for 4 damage.
Okay.
I will then finish hiding behind this bush
All right.
or tree or whatever it is.
Picture. It's like a shrub.
I'll hit this guy with a sword again, or with a sword. Take your 8 slashing damage.
You will end up killing that.
Okay.
However, as soon as I figure out how to make it do what I want, you will take 1 fire damage as the burning explosion from it when you kill it kind of shoots at you.
Awesome. Before my turn, I am going to heal up.
Okay.
Alright. Then my turn.
Let's see. L will continue to be where L is. It is Rothamir's turn.
So we only have one of these left?
Yes, because for some reason, not 2 marked as dead. Oh.
That was probably me being silly earlier. Kind of get over here.
There we go.
Okay, make sure I've got him.
Somebody has targeted
Targeted.
the dead steam
Yep.
effect, so you might want to untarget him because he's dead.
It would be
Done.
Okay.
And we shall luminous arrow this one.
Ouch. This one's had about enough. It's gonna fly away from here.
Bye-bye.
Leaving you guys behind.
left.
And the bridge, now easy to cross. The pilgrims.
No problem with the bridge.
Yeah, you walk across the bridge. There's nothing wrong. You like step through a piece of wood and fall down like hundreds of feet below.
I'll take my fall damage.
No, it's actually a really now that it's not being randomly thrown around by steam methods, it's a relatively sturdy bridge. Like it seems to be better made than you would have given it credit for. But yeah, looking around, it looks like one of the pilgrims has been heavily injured by steam, but otherwise everyone is fine.
Should be able to cross the bridge with no problems now.
The lady looks and goes, "Thank you," and is like wrapping like bandages around the other guy from where he got burned. As soon as we get done here, we'll be on our way.
I'm going to be kind, walk up to the one that was injured, and cast a Cure Wounds on him. This should hopefully help you, friend.
That does help him immensely. He looks at you and goes, "Thank you. The oarsman. Hopefully, the oarsman will think kindly of you in your pilgrimage for the help you've given us."
You as well, friend.
Just going to continue pretending you're pilgrims all the way up.
Totally.
I've
Totally
never
working.
once. Oh no, Rothamir has never once said he was a pilgrim.
Very true. All right. So beyond,
You're not.
it's also true. Beyond here,
Ropes of the bridge.
you get to the side of the pillar opposite the main light source of this planetoid. It's a little darker over here, and let me pull you into the next scene.
And see.
So this scene that you find yourself in is you're kind of like walking along the broken edges of the pillar. You come to a spot where there's a lot of tall bits of rock that are kind of jutting up out of the water, hundreds of feet below. Someone has kind of put together a makeshift bridge across. You can see where someone attempted at one point to fly a spelljamming vessel too close to the pillar. And has crashed it. Parts of it above are making some bits of bridge as well. And as you kind of get closer to this area, you hear a singing. And up ahead, maybe, I don't know, 80, about 80-ish feet, 60-ish feet ahead of you, a lone pilgrim seems to be ensorcelled by a harpy-looking thing that's kind of drawing him ever closer to the edge where he will fall down below. And you'll notice he may have had a friend who also met that fate very recently, as there's a dead body several hundred feet down there on the rocks below that looks a little bit fresher than you would have expected. If somebody does not act soon to prevent him, he will probably walk off the ledge to his death.
I will make a running start.
Okay, I need for you.
Get over here.
Well, hold on.
Ew.
As I am.
You plan on running over to this piece here, right?
Yeah.
I need a Dex acrobatics check to get across this rickety bridge that is waving in the wind.
Just like the obstacle course.
All right, you've made it
Sorry.
to here.
Okay. Don't do it! As I'm running.
So does anyone else wish to do anything as Victor immediately starts running across the rickety bridge, being like, "Jump!" Rothamir or Deck, do either of you have a thing you would like to do?
Go for it, Deck.
So
I think we're thinking the same thing, but
it's these ones here that are singing to try to draw them off?
It looks like that one is currently the singing one, and then the one a little further south seems to just be watching. It may have just killed the other guy.
All right, then I will take aim with a psionic blade at that one. Range is 60 feet, and he's right at 55. So, first shot. 10?
No, 10's not going to get the job done.
All right, do I have a chance to throw the offhand blade as well?
Yes.
For 7.
That one will hit. You've drawn that one's attention. And with that, Rothamir, do you want to do something before we go to combat?
say I was going to loose an arrow at the same one, so
Feel free to do so. It misses. All right. So, to combat.
Oof. What is that?
That's not very deck-like.
That is not very deck-like.
Yeah.
In a stunning move that surprises everyone, Victor may go first.
I think it even surprised Victor.
Yes, Victor goes first as L goes on a 1. So Victor, you are first. This guy takes another step closer to the ledge.
And I'm about to break.
Room to breathe. Sorry. How far away is that? Hold on.
Know that your movement must follow the bridge, unless you want to do some other movement that involves like jumping over to the wooden ship and then going up the pillars and then, or and going up the mast and whatever. But that doesn't take you near the guy, so.
I am.
Parkour.
Parkour. Where is that?
Where is what?
I'm trying to find the range of my teleconnect shove. I have found my teleconnect shove. 30 feet away, okay. Thinking if I move here. Very least, this gives me a chance. I would like to telekinetically shove the guy.
Over the edge.
Shove him over the edge.
In this case, telekinetically pull him.
Okay.
I
He failed his save, so where would you like him to be?
would like him to be 5 feet. Like I can only move 5 feet, so 5 feet that
So you
way.
yank him back. Like he's about to like take another step over and you pull him back.
Alright, and now I would like to try to make him move.
Alright, make for me a Dex Acrobatics roll.
Sure. Hope for the best. Athletics, acrobatics. That's.
It's not great. So you get about halfway across, and then you two slip and fall, like manage to hold on to the rope, pulling the bridge sideways as it's like twisting in the wind.
Okay. Okay, I stopped him. That's the important part.
Rothamir.
yeah, that one off in the distance, I really don't like it.
How far of a drop down is it?
I would say at least 200 feet.
Okay, noted.
We will.
I would
try
suggest
this.
not falling.
We'll try this short bow again against this harpy.
Is there a table that is involved if you fall? Maybe, but I would suggest not having me roll on it.
lava.
You do hit the harpy with your sharp bow, so that's a thing.
Is it still singing?
Yes.
Dang. Dedication, at least.
Yeah, it really wants to kill this guy. Savannah?
Okay. I will get up and try to cross the bridge.
Alright. I need a dex acrobatics roll for you. Stop you from being prone. That's good enough. You managed to make it onto the rock. And the bridge kind of like swings back into a slightly more stable surface.
And once again, I'm always concerned about my companions. I want to always give them the best chance. So I'm gonna go ahead and bless them.
They are much blessed.
Fight bravely, my companions.
Deck?
Deck is going to move here and then attempt to cross the bridge behind Sylvana. So acrobatics check.
Yes. Deck.
Well, don't I get the bless on it?
No.
Oh, it's a deck roll, a saving throw. Damn it.
So you make it about halfway, and you immediately like step on something wrong, and barely manage to grab onto the rope, holding the bridge together, but instead of fall off.
Do I have any attack or action or bonus action?
No, not on that particular roll. You rolled way too low for that.
What, a natural one is too low? Oh.
Oh yeah.
It's
Alright.
8.
5 or more. Actually, let me consult the I fell off.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Really, I'm okay.
I think there's something for it to this exact scenario.
It's you die.
No.
Probably.
We haven't. Oh, okay, you're not free falling yet. That's a different table. All right. So, having that happened, it is this harpy's turn, and it has seen a bunch of people causing problems. So it's going to fly over to here, and I know I'm going to get a little bit closer since you are busy and occupied, and it is going to attack you with its claws.
So I technically don't have my shield ready, do I?
That is correct.
Okay, so my AC, I will. Let me just quickly.
It rolled a 7 on that one. It's not gonna connect, nor that one.
Okay. Just for some,
Both
I
7 and an 11 will miss you.
either way, I have unequipped my shield for this.
And then the other one will go, and it's going to continue trying to lure this guy. But now that you've twisted him, he's taking a slightly different path off the edge of the rock. So it looks like he's got a couple more steps in him before he goes off the side. L kind of like comes over, floats in the air, and just kind of like looks at you, Deck, worriedly, and like looks down.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Victor.
I guess I'm gonna try to pull myself.
All right, make for me just a quick athletics check to kind of right the bridge. Now that you're being under attack, it's a little bit harder than just pulling yourself up.
I would prefer an athletics check, so I will take this athletics check. It's 12.
You managed to at least right yourself on the bridge, but you're still prone.
Okay, I will unprone myself for 15 feet of movement.
Hold on. Stop attacking my feet, please.
Kitty.
Alright. So you're gonna get up?
Yeah. And And this thing's flying, right?
Yes, it's flying next to you.
Okay. I'll use my bonus action and unequip that. I will force shove them in the air.
They succeed their save and do not care.
Okay. Screw it. I just didn't want to take I didn't want to take the attack of opportunity, but
I need a Dex Acrobatics roll if you're going to keep going on that bridge.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a stable bridge, but you do. It's like it's again pulling back that that memory of Spelljammer Academy. You're just like, no, I can do this. You make it. You can make it across.
Yeah, I'd like to, I guess, grapple this guy then, if I can.
You cannot currently.
Oh.
But next turn you could.
I did. Oh, I guess I pulled myself up. Okay.
You did. Rothamir.
Yeah, I'm still not happy with that harpy trying to drag that dude to his death, so I think I will try a guiding bolt this time.
Okay.
It would hopefully do a thing.
Says, did you actually like target them with guiding bolt?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You do a vast sum of damage to that harpy. That harpy immediately stops singing and looks like it's going to flee the area because it is heavily damaged and doesn't want to be here anymore. Sylvana? You see a guiding bolt like fly over Victor and like slam into that harpy, and the harpy's like, nope, I don't want to be here.
Sylvana is not gonna mess around with this bridge, so she's gonna run forward, and as she does, and just as it looks like she's gonna fall off the edge, she disappears and reappears over here.
Okay. Teleport.
Or teleport, yes. And as she shows up again, she's kind of like Elle, but except for it's a black, misty looking steam
Cool.
form. And then I'm going to tell the person, stop, we're here to help.
He like shakes his head and like turns toward you, and you can see like whatever magic was in, has been like leaving him from the song of the harpy, and he's kind of like shaking his head in confusion, like he's just didn't know why he's here.
And as I do all that, I am going to toss Toll of the Dead on the Charpy to my south.
Okay.
And that's it. Deck.
Yeah. I'll try to get up and make my way over to this platform.
Okay. Yeah. Dex Acrobatics roll.
Come on. Higher than a 1.
That is higher than a 1, and for you, that gets you enough pluses to get over there.
Great.
You are no longer prone.
Yep. And then with the harpy I have targeted, since they got guiding bolt, I would have advantage on this.
You will.
Do I automatically have it, or do I have to toggle on the advantage on my side?
I don't know. You should automatically have it.
All right, we'll try.
Yes,
Seems
it
like
seems
it.
to have worked.
And
That harpy does not look well at all.
Plus another
since I had advantage, I can use my sneak attack for another 10.
Now that harpy looks dead.
Nice.
Like it gets guiding bolted, and it like turns to like fly away, and then all of a sudden like 2 side blades just go like right through its back.
And then I can, with my cunning action, I can do bonus action dodge, right?
You can use your cunning action to dodge as a bonus action. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I will use my cunning action to dodge.
Okay, so I'll be at disadvantage to attack you.
Yep.
Alright. This harpy sees where things are going and doesn't like it, and it is going to flee the area. Because it is definitely not going in its favor. Combat has ended. So the two of you on the rock with the pilgrim, you see, he's kind of like becomes less, or at least more sure of himself, less confused. And he's like, "Oh, I almost died there. I thank you, fellow pilgrims.
Yes, pilgrim.
Are you on your way to Tidewatch?
Yes.
Do you mind if I travel with you?
Nice.
There's safety in numbers, and sadly, he looks down. He didn't make it.
I mean,
I'll have to give his offering to the oarsman when I get there.
you have his offering.
I will give for both of us.
Okay.
Why were these Charpies doing this to you?
It is one of the many. Well, they live here. It is one of the many trials that us pilgrims sometimes must face, ascending the spur.
Also looks like there's a giant harpy's nest over there.
You are correct. It does look like that.
That's what I loved.
Let's see.
Hey, if that's a nest, maybe we should set it on fire.
Importantly, without being attacked by harpies, you guys have the wherewithal to make it across these rocks relatively safely. Like, slow going and not being attacked by harpies, you guys can make it basically all the way to the nest and over to the other side if you want.
So when we get to this dead harpy, is there anything worthwhile taking from said harpy?
Well, do you like wooden driftwood clubs festooned with sharp teeth?
I don't, but I was thinking more like, claws, feathers, etc.
I mean, do you have a plan for the claws, feathers, etc. of a harpy? Because if so, you're free to harvest those parts. I don't know what you're going to use to preserve them with, but you're welcome to harvest them.
Yeah, I didn't know if there would be any thing for it. Might as well ask.
Okay. I mean, you can acquire whatever you want and then try to figure out what to do with later, if that's a thing you want to do.
Jack, do I need to throw you?
It's not.
No, you guys can. You don't need to be thrown across. Like, you guys can make it across this area pretty easily.
Does there look like there's any other harpies in this nest?
There does not.
All right, I will hop over, take out some of the oil from one of my flasks, and start to pour it around the outside, and then...
Wait! There could be stuff in here.
I think I'm faster than you.
Yes, that's why I'm saying the weight part.
As you're pouring the oil, he's like, please don't set it on fire yet.
Heck, let us at least get across first.
But fire?
Soon.
All right.
But not now.
Fine.
Heck, if it makes you feel better, I'll provide the flame myself.
Okay.
From a safe distance.
So you're going to search the nest.
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah.
There are several, looks like almost peasant clothing, pilgrim wear, garb that you've seen from various other pilgrims here. Sacks with rotted supplies, occasionally like a small dagger, or like broken sword. There is wrapped up off to the side a black ore that is made of looks to be a painted wood with the carvings of what looks like a bearded man carved into the face of the ore.
Hey guys, we can look at the part now.
We have been missing an ore.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'll pick it up. How big is it? Like what?
It looks like an ore for a ship, not like a big for a canoe.
Okay, so like a 6 foot 4.
It would come up to like your waist,
Okay.
almost like a baseball bat sized, maybe a little like a cricket bat. There we go.
So it's like a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, you could use that religious relic like that. Yes.
I will. Yeah, I'll take this with us.
When I hear cricket bat, all I can hear of is "Sorry, Philip."
All right. So beyond that, Dak, are you lighting this thing on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, let me move.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can all make it to the other side where it's safe.
That's it. We get safely
before,
away.
before
and,
Deck lights this thing.
I can go, Deck.
Um,
Would you like me to do the honors, or would you?
Oh, and the person he's passed the as well, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're all good. You're clear.
I like to think that as after everyone started to leave, Deck already had his whatever lit and ready to go.
Molotov.
And as you said, can I let you go? Aw, and dropped it out of defeat, which would have lit the nest on fire.
And then you're like, oh, I should move.
Yeah, and then immediately
Oh.
hop across.
That'll work too.
All right.
I was thinking it was gonna be harpy eggs if we could sell it to that one lady who wants griffin eggs. We'll just lie. You know.
There aren't harpy eggs here.
I didn't know that.
Harpies. Yeah, no, none of that. Anyway, so you guys continue on with your companion. He has to after a little while, he stops and rests along the way because he's been through a bit. But he'll catch up to you. As
Get his
you,
name?
huh? Did you ask
Did
for
we
it?
get his? I wasn't there.
Pilgrim Paul.
No, it is Jauntinus.
Jaundice, gotcha.
No, Jauntinus.
Jaundice,
Jaundice
gotcha.
the Pilgrim. Jaundice the Pilgrim.
Oh, the horrible thing is, I don't know if you did that intentionally or not.
His friend who
Anyway.
died was named Dialysis.
Yeah.
Osteoporosis.
Anyway, further up the pillar, the giant spur, you come to a nice open area that I'll pull you into here. It's got a bit of a not quite a plinth, but like a little spot that kind of looks out over the clouds below. You can see the void gulls flying. To remind you, the void gulls, you've seen them before, the fleshy monstrosities that they are.
Nope.
Are flocking below in the clouds, making their nasty void gull squawks. But there seems to be a bit of a religious gathering here in this particular area. A congregation of about 5 pilgrims are kind of having a moment, being led by a gentleman, white beard, shaved head, black robes, has a black oar that he holds aloft as he is talking about the pilgrimage that they are all undertaking and its importance. When he spots you all, he looks you over, does not seem to to immediately take you as pilgrims like everyone else has. Even though you do have an oar, one of you, but he looks you over and goes, "These people aren't pilgrims." He's got that trained eye of someone who has gathered many a pilgrim up and down these many places, and goes, "Halt! Climb no further. Tide Watch is a place for the faithful, not mercenaries and thrill seekers."
I am Reptar.
The other congregation kind of like turn and look at you, kind of questioningly.
Hey,
And
look,
here,
I'm not here to cause any trouble.
we were simply asked to come and make the passage safer for the pilgrims.
The passage is as safe as the oarsman deems it.
Well, perhaps you should ask your friend about that. And by the way, where is the friend?
Oh, he had to stop and rest a while back. He's about 15 minutes behind you.
Damn it! Darn it!
Just wait about 15 minutes, he'll catch up.
Assuming he's in
Maybe the-
Eaton.
Maybe the other three as well.
Maybe the other three as well.
Did any of you encounter dangers coming here, such as harpies?
Yes, we have encountered many dangers, and will likely encounter many more.
Is this the preacher guy talking?
Yeah,
No, let
He's
the
not-
people. Let the people talk. not
I
the
speak
preacher.
for the people here.
The people.
You may have to figure out a social way to convince him that you are not just mere adventurers.
Hey, look, we were sent here by the red dragon one with the mask on her face and like the white scales behind it to come up here and try to figure out what's going on and why all those pilgrims went missing.
Lux Crucia's brood may rule the grounds that this spur comes from, but up here it is the oarsman's land. Sheer power has no sway here.
All right, yeah, like I get it, like I get that, but like also, don't you want your people to like not die?
That is one of the tenets of the oarsman. If we are fated to die, he will shepherd us to the afterlife. If we are meant to be saved, his mighty oar will dip down and bring us to safety.
So
If we're
who's
here,
to
I
say?
think we were meant to be.
You're learning about the oarsman through this argument.
I was about to say, are we not here as the oarsman's providence?
Yes, we clearly were meant
Make a religion roll, Rothamir, to sell that.
Oh, that'll be fun. Nope.
He's like, if anything, you are scurrious and thieves. You've probably stolen that ore from a dead body along the way, a marker for those who fell before.
I'm really carrying on the will of the person with this orb. Anything, I am carrying a piece of them up towards the spire, up the spur.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Dick?
You're not winning the hearts and minds. The congregation seems to be turning.
What was it? I'm sorry. What was it? He said it was the will of who?
I was carrying on the will.
The will of the previous guy who's dying. He's like, this is, I do this for him.
No, I mean the person with the white beard. He said the will of, and I didn't get that.
Oh, the will of the oarsman.
Oarsman. Okay, so I step up and I put my shield in front, showing my holy symbol, and I said, "How dare you question the will of the oarsman? If we're here, it's because we were meant to be here."
Make a religion roll. You can flex your religious might.
Oh my god,
You got
we're
one
3 out of 3. Bad roll.
He goes, Do what you will, but you will find no succor from us. Your path fraught with danger and pain. Gnash your teeth upon the rocks.
Okay.
I have no word.
He looks at his congregation. Turn away from the non-believer. And they
And the non-believers.
like, yeah, I guess it's weirdos, and they go back to listening to him like talk about the oarsmen. You guys can continue the way you were, continue up the path unobstructed if you wish. These people seem to giving you the cold shoulder.
Probably ditch our guest if we leave him here too. So
Leave them to their madness.
All right, well, have fun with your religious mumbo jumbo. Bye.
We didn't roll above a 3.
That's
I will still wish you a safe journey.
That gives them the double birds and.
All right, so continuing up, you eventually make it to a site that you have never thought you would see. A temple built on the side of the rock across a bridge of roots. Between them, or at least on either side of them, 2 giant statues carved to look like ever-watching guardians that stand between you and what you assume is the Temple of Tidewatch. Inside, there are some lights that kind of flicker from within, and there is a soft, maybe clanging noise, rhythmic in the wind.
Looking at these, do they appear to be?
They appear to be made of stone.
Right. I see like their eyeballs look like they're a little different. Does that mean anything? Like, can I?
They might be. Make a perception check. They're probably painted.
All right. This is ridiculous. I'm convinced that Frozen just flipped the switch to say only single digits.
Yeah?
Anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yes, you're a scant walk across these stable vines, connecting this side of the cliff from the other where the temple awaits.
What do you think, Rothmere?
I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a good look around and make sure that these vines are actually stable.
All right, make me a survival roll. These are very stable vines.
So I have an option if we are worried about the stability of these vines.
No, they look good. I mean, I'm not saying we, run and jump and try to cut our way through here, but we walk slowly. We should be fine.
One at a time?
Probably best.
Probably
Okay.
best.
I'd like to jump over to the elbow here of the statue. Is it about
Right.
even with the vines?
It is. Just know that if you miss, it is hundreds of feet below.
What if I use my rabbit hop?
I hope you land well.
Okay.
Are you informing us of your decision to do this?
Yeah, Deck is already on its way.
He's like, I can go jump over there.
1 second, Tech. Let me just go.
Nope, he's already done it.
You're there now to save him.
Make for me a Dex acrobatics as you kind of land on this rock, as it is a slippery rock. Hey, Deck. You want to know what the free fall table looks like?
Sure.
Can I do what I was gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna. I'm gonna do my force throw.
All right.
To try to. My telekinetic movement.
Okay.
is it me to try to catch him and place him back on the hand.
Telekinetic movement only works. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Put him
Okay.
back over here.
He wants to be on that.
Yeah.
Or you
Let's
want
be-
to steady him on the
I'll set him on the.
All right. So you like slip and you're about to fall, and you feel a slight push on your shoulder that moves you into like the crook of the elbow.
Oh, whoa. That was so cool. This thing actually moved me.
Sure.
It was the oarsman. He brought his oar down and pushed you to safety.
Well,
Yeah, the oarsman deck. Because I have this oar in my hand.
I'm going to slowly move toward, to cross the vines.
Okay.
Shielding. Every
good.
time I take a step forward, I'm looking at the statues, especially their eyes.
All right. They look pretty serene, just like watching guardians. You can make it across just fine. There's even slowly bits at a time. You work your way across without issue.
Yeah, I'll be like one of the last ones to go.
Any issues crossing the arms?
It's a little more slow going in places. It's not helping that L is like bouncing around as well, following you.
I'll try to hop back over.
That's easy enough. These are dry roots. You can like get tangled in them pretty easily when you land, so you don't like fall through. But yeah, over on this side, it is a temple. There are some people inside, and you also hear, like I said, a kind of rhythmic clanging of metal, a little bit louder over here.
Is that metal on an anvil?
That is what you hear. Maybe
Do we have an idea of where it's coming from?
inside the temple.
So look, the big central one.
Yeah.
Can I go in and peek through like a window or a door to see what it looks like? I'll try to be stealthy.
The windows here are a little too high for you to like peek up into. But you can, like, the front door is openable.
Can I try stealthily to look in to see what's going on?
You crack the door.
Yeah.
All right. As you crack the door, I will move you into this next area. Give me a second. As you kind of crack the door and peek in, there are a bunch of people, peasant or pilgrims, hanging out here. You can hear a louder sound of like hammer on metal. That's really annoying.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And you can, but when you crack the door to peek in, there seems to be a priestess who's standing kind of at the door. And when you open it, she kind of like opens it a little bit further. Goes, "Oh, more pilgrims?" She looks a little strained when she says that. She looks like this.
Nice.
She has a little pendant that looks like a little black oar.
I still have this oar, like I have an oar.
Yours like over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Anyway, when you arrive, she looks at you, and goes, more pilgrims. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for coming to Tidewatch. I'm glad you're all here. Find a spot, and then like halfway through, she's like, "Bolo, will you stop that incessant pounding?" And you see over here a dwarf that I will show you a picture of. He looks like this. With a bunch of like weird contraptions strapped to him, and he's pounding away at like a piece of metal. He stops just briefly to look over, give a very rude gesture to the priest, and then go back to pounding again. And then she kind of gives a kind of like a wan smile and goes, I'm sorry. I'm Sister Selka, the cleric here at Tidewatch. Make yourselves at home, I guess. And then she kind of like slumps into this seat for a moment.
You seem very, sister.
Oh, it has been insane since I got here. After the ascension, all these pilgrims have been showing up more than usual just to hope that they might be next in the ascension. And then when I got here, this infernal dwarf, he was here when I showed up, and he won't leave. You can tell that maybe they have been here a little bit, and they are at like the edges of each other's patiences.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know this guy that we passed on the way up here? He was over on like a precipice, and he was preaching to a couple of people that were out there. Do you happen to know who that is? He claimed to be part of the Oarsmen, but the guy didn't seem as nice as you guys are.
That's probably Ludwayne. He's a local guide of the pilgrims.
Yeah, he seems like a Ludwayne.
Is he bringing more?
At least another 5, and we've seen at least another 4 on the way here. Besides those 5.
She's like, I guess. I mean, this is the night of the offering, so I guess that makes sense.
The offering?
She's like, are you guys not pilgrims?
I'm new to the religion. I'm a convert.
Yeah.
Oh, first pilgrimage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah,
Well, you missed out on the exciting part. The ascension already happened, I guess. But yeah, every full moon, everyone gives an offering to the oarsmen, and we cast it into the sea below.
What's typically offered?
Whatever has meaning to some. Some people food, some jewels, others trinkets of note, mostly as a remembrance to those who have died.
Interesting. We had met a few people down.
The oarsman is a ferryman of sorts for Spur.
We had run into a few people down below that said you might need some help up here.
Yeah.
I do. In more ways than one. She like
I'll
looks
go talk
over. She like looks over to the dwarf.
Tell you what, I'll go talk to the dwarf. Maybe he'll stop him.
If you could just tell him to just leave.
Sure, I'll go talk to him.
Okay. And to the rest of you, she's like, I shouldn't be saying this to the new faithful. But between us, I don't think that this ascension thing actually happened. I haven't had time to look around here enough, but I feel like maybe this was not a a normal everyone just disappearing into the astral plane. But I can't prove it.
Seemed a little sketchy to me too.
But this place was empty when I got here because it had been everyone had descended, and the higher ups just sent me in hopes that I could look after the new pilgrims. And when I got here, this dwarf was here.
So, do you have any inkling as to what may have happened instead?
I don't know. I've been tending to so many pilgrims. If you could just look around and see if anything looks out of sorts.
I'd be more than happy to. You have done a lot of work here.
All right.
So I follow Victor, and I yell out, "Victor! You know, I'm right here, and be careful with the dwarf. And if you need any help, let me know. I'm here to give you guidance." And I cast.
Okay. Alright, that works for me.
All right. So you head over to the dwarf.
Yeah.
He looks you up when he's like, "Oh, newcomers, eh? Pleasure to meet you." And he holds out his hand and like big old hefty shake.
Yep.
What brings you to this workshop?
Nothing much. Not much. I heard the joyous sounds of
Ah, yes, the sound of industry.
Yes.
That's what we do here. Well, it's what I do here. I don't know about these lazabouts who showed up after me.
I mean, religious comers. I'm not one for. I'm one for order, but not much for religious ones. I'm just trying to.
I get that. I get that. I'm from folk like that.
See, but I heard the sounds of industry as one it drew me. So,
Have you come to see my life's work?
Sure.
He pulls up like he's got these wings like fold out. And he's like, I've always had a vision that I would fly amongst the sky. Now, my fellow dwarves, they laughed at me when I said that I would fly in the air like the birds. They laughed me out of Comet Reach. But no, I came here instead and climbed up here because I knew if I got high enough, I could test out these a third time and it would work.
A third time?
Well, the test flights. It's all we learn by failing, you see.
Yes.
I assume that wind conditions were unfavorable back on Comet Reach, but up here, I can get to the top of the spire, and I can jump off the side, and it's all smooth sailing all the way down. I'm sure of it. And when I found this place, it was empty, and I set up shop, and then all these people started showing up. They've not been helpful the whole time. You gonna give me a hand? I need if you could just hold this piece of metal, and he's like just hands you like this sheet metal, and just hold it on the anvil. I'm gonna hit it real hard.
I guess.
So, Savannah, what was supposed to be a talk to a dwarf turned into Victor's helping. Victor's like looking at you like, this was not intentional.
Look at him.
He's just pounding away.
I know. I look at him and I look at the anvil and I look at the dwarf and I look at him, and I'm like, I just shake my head like, I never mind.
He got me.
The whole time he's like, yeah, that Sister Selka, she's sits here and complains that I sitting here working, but I got here first, and there was no one here when I got here, so I've got just as much right to this place as anyone else.
I mean,
how that works? Like, if somebody shows up in your house and you're not there, does that make it okay for them to settle in your house?
I mean, place looked abandoned when I got here.
It doesn't look abandoned to me.
Well, it's not abandoned now. They all showed up after I got here. If anything, they're in my house.
Okay, so we have different definitions of what something looks as abandoned.
But he's like, after a while, he's like, all right, you don't have to hold it anymore. I pounded it into shape. You're good. We're good. Thanks for your help, though.
So, are you working on anything else besides your marvelous wings? Your marvelous. What are you calling them?
These wings?
Yeah.
They're my flymajiggers.
Flymajiggers? Okay.
Yeah.
So besides your flymajiggers, what else are you working on?
I mean, this is it at the moment. This is my life's work. But I mean, I got other contraptions that I put together. You know, I tinker here and there.
Okay.
How much longer will it be before you finish your wing-majiggers?
Oh, the flymajiggers. The flymajiggers. A couple weeks at least.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Shame, really.
And you don't
Proper
get tired.
testing and all.
I mean,
And sorry, jumping off something this high.
Okay. Did you ever take a break?
Went asleep.
Maybe we... Listen, here's the thing. Your banging is driving everybody crazy. I didn't know how else to...
I don't know how to say this.
yeah.
But it just... And we're gonna have to work something out. Is there any way we can maybe come to a compromise where you bang on your anvil only at certain times of the day?
I mean, the sheet metal's not going to form itself, lady.
Yeah, but okay. So you said your time scan is about a week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how far? I'm asking us. How far is the next full moon?
It's tonight.
Tonight? Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind.
And you know, if this one goes well, I could just set up shop here and just make wings all day, and then sell them. I mean, people come up here; they're gonna need the wings to fly down. I mean, there's a business opportunity here.
I see your point there, but why don't you wait? Like, okay, like slow down your project for like what? You got like another 2 weeks to build this?
Oh, I mean, I can't slow down my life's work. You can't slow down progress.
No, ho. Thank you. But like, it's advertisement. When you get this built, so like I said, I'm assuming you have 2 weeks left, right?
I mean, maybe.
Think about it. The next full moon, just before the ascension, you show off your grand invention to all the people waiting for pilgrimage down the ascension. Yeah. Think about all the people that will see this.
I mean, I gotta have them done before then.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have
something goes wrong and I get off schedule. That's a whole nother month wasted. Make for me a persuasion roll.
Yeah. With guidance. Why isn't whenever with guidance it's bad? Isn't he?
At the moment, you just rolled a d4. You didn't actually...
Yeah, I didn't see the d20.
Oh, did you... Oh. You rolled a 5, you subtracted 1, and then you added 4.
Yeah.
I get it now.
I mean, Savannah's there. She's also talking with me.
You're not making much headway here. He seems to be talking in circles around you.
I mean, Savannah's here, Dragon. We were talking with...
Savannah, do you wanna chime in?
I'm at a loss for words right now.
Deck will walk up at this point and go, "Hey, what's the problem here?"
Ain't no problem. You wanna help?
No, actually, I want you to stop, dude. It's killing my ears and everyone else here.
Oh.
Quit it.
Well, we're nearly done. Just a couple more weeks.
No, you're done now.
I'm trying to be nice. He's a dwarf.
We were, but he doesn't seem to understand how disturbing his banging is.
are you trying to intimidate him? Is that what's happening?
I was just
No,
frustrated.
I'm talking to Deck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make an intimidation roll. You don't seem very intimidating, but there's like 3 of you here. And he's like, all right, I get it. You guys are a little bit more forceful than the local people wandering through here. I understand it's your ritual night or whatever. I'll sit this one out tonight.
I'm pretty sure people will find that some peace with that. I mean, I'm because yeah.
Does he leave his anvil or his hammer behind?
No, he's standing next to it. He's just not using it.
Okay.
As you guys are having this conversation, other pilgrims from before, like, filtering in. You get a few smiles from the people you interacted nicely with. You get a few scowls and cold shoulders from the group at the end there. But it looks like as it's getting about nighttime, a porridge had been passed around. And it looks like it's about time to start a strange ritual.
As a side note, I would be keeping a close eye on our dwarven friend here. At any point, if he puts down the hammer that he's using, Deck would want to sneak over there, steal the hammer.
The hammer's about as big as you are.
I never said it was a smart move.
I know.
You steal the handle of the hammer.
At this point, Selka is going to move toward the front and kind of like usher people toward some seating.
Is this the same white beer guy that was...
Same one. He's giving you the stink eye.
Yeah, well, I stand next to him and I say, if you're enjoying the peaceful quiet of the temple right now, you're welcome. And I walk
He just
away.
rumps at you. All right. So once you've kind of had enough time to get situated, Bolo is over in the corner. He rolls his eyes and kind of leans on his hammer, watching the proceedings with an air of, I guess this is happening. But Selka kind of comes out, begins starting a worshipful song amongst the... My cat is now attacking a door. Anyway, starts like a worshipful song, kind of this intoning of the oarsmen, singing of the weathered respect for their god. You can see up above, there's kind of like in the ceiling area, there are bits and pieces that are pulled back so that the stars can kind of shine in, kind of blessing the space. As the song kind of comes to an end, she invites the various pilgrims to come forward and present their offerings. And so this lady will come up and lay like a special flower down on the table. This guy will walk up and leave like a string of like 3 fish. This lady will walk up and put like a silver chain with like a little locket in the bowl of water. And this goes on as each one of them. If any of you wish to walk up, no one's going to stop you. But they are kind of like going and dropping off various offerings as Selka is intoning the ritual of the oarsman and how he will either guide you in peace to wherever your journey takes you, or take your offerings to the great beyond, where those who you are remembering will find them.
As this is going on, Deck will walk up and put their bagpipes up on.
Your deck has bagpipes?
Yeah, Deck has bagpipes.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah.
How long has Deck
f-
had bagpipes?
Since the beginning, it was
Oh.
Far Traveler.
Oh, okay. You
I'll
set
put,
your bagpipes on the table?
Yep. And then go back. He was just tired of carrying them.
Oh, okay.
I will of course put the black ore on there because for whoever that was. The person the black ore I picked up on the way
Oh,
there.
the oarsman's oar.
Yeah. And then I will put I will put my insignia from when I was for the order I served in there.
Okay.
Right. And then yeah, that's all I'll put in there.
Pausing to see if anyone else wants in. Any takers? Going once, going twice.
Naturally,
No.
this ritual is it's giving me bad memories of back in the days where I saw people blindly serving the Raven Queen, which I was very much against. So I actually walk away.
That's fair.
I'm just standing on the side of the room watching.
Collecting the pile of offerings either in the bowl or in like a little net that's next to it. She goes over to the statue and there's an opening in the floor that looks like a chute that goes down, and she just intones the ritual and drops the pieces in, and you can hear them kind of clatter down a chute and ostensibly off to the sea below. But while this is going on and she's dropping all the pieces in, a fog begins to drift in from above. Like a cloud begins to kind of like seep into the room from the holes in the ceiling, and you hear hushed whispers amongst the pilgrims of maybe another ascension. Like, this is weird. This is unknowable, and maybe a new ascension is upon us. And that is when you hear a yelp from the back of the room by you, Sylvana. This guy here, a bit of cloud seems to have acquired him in a way that he was not expecting. It looks like this.
Okay.
They puff cloud man.
I'm not sure if they're good or disturbing.
It has formed up out of the cloud and it has kind of like grabbed him. And so now he's got like a muffled yelp as it draws it into himself. And begins to float away through the hole in the ceiling. And that is when other cloud creatures begin forming out of the clouds that are drifting in.
Instinctively, I turn to it and yell, "Stop! What is this?"
That one seems to ignore you as it floats away with this guy wrapped up in it, leaving the other 5 behind that are now reaching for other pilgrims as well.
Okay. Since I'm conveniently stashed between 2 of them.
So let us move to initiative real quick.
Can I take that one?
No.
Nuts.
Deck, you're the winner.
Of course.
About right.
As is the way.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
This one right here, are they engaged with? I guess they're not allies. Are they allies?
They're not allies in a combatant sense.
Okay. What about this one?
That one is next to Rothamir, or not Rothamir, next to Victor. So yes, that one is standing next to a combatant ally.
Okay, so Deck would target this one and fire off the Psyblade. Oh, almost a natural 20. Get off.
You hit it.
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to roll that one. I meant to roll sneak attack. My apologies. So you can take off at 9. Look at the sneak attack.
Because
Just
it's kept a
4.
9. It's nice.
Yeah, it was fine.
And then the offhand as well. For another 7.
All right. You lay into that one kind of good. Your side blades kind of move through its wispy surface.
I'll move over here and I'll whistle for L to follow me and stand behind me.
All right. Savannah, you're up.
All right, once again, I move up a little bit to position myself in between all my companions so they're all within my reach so I can send them my blessings. But this time, as I do that, I will ask Victor to use his reaction to attack creature, the one that's next to him.
Okay.
If he wants to do so.
Here, I don't mind. I have no problem doing that. I will use Rattle Sword.
You will connect for some damage. All right. This one over here is going to grab these two people and begin floating into the air with them. This one is going to grab those two people and begin floating into the air with them. Rothmere, it is your turn.
So if I'm here, they're both within 15 feet of me, right?
Who is within 15 feet of you?
These two cloudy things.
The one over here and the one over here?
Yes.
Yes, but there are also two people in this cloudy thing. I don't know if that matters to your plan.
Well, my plan would probably kill those people now. I don't think I've got a good way to get them out of that. Ugh. I guess I will, at the very least, go ahead and assume the sorry form.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's see if I can get here. I will attempt to, let's see. Let's see what can happen on this one. We'll go ahead and cast a ice knife against it.
You definitely hit. And do it some damage.
Cool. And I will also try to look at this other one here and see, hopefully not actually injuring the people inside. what a luminous arrow will do to it.
It will do it some damage. You don't think you hit anyone inside.
I'm hoping I didn't.
Anything else?
That's... So I technically have a second luminous arrow?
No.
Okay.
You get the one for free.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's all I can do then.
All right. Bolo will move up in front of Sister Selka and kind of like wave his hammer at this cloud over here, and be like, "You get out of here! This is my workshop. You can't be here causing trouble." Then it's Victor's turn.
Go away, Cloud Giant. Nobody asked you for you to be here. And I will
Do it some damage.
I'm also going to use my accent surge. Try to hit it again. Yeah. I'll be it.
All right, that one. Is now dead.
And I will
It disperses.
I will move over here and enact to try to defend these people as well.
Okay.
So I'm measuring. Ah.
All right. So this cloud golem kind of tries to subsume you.
Oh. This is not part of my plan. I don't know if this provokes or not. Okay, that hits.
Okay.
It slams you for some damage.
Ow. Why did I roll a save?
Because it has a damage attack that may also require a save.
Okay.
It's doing things that may also require saves.
That hurt a lot.
But yeah, it kind of like takes over this person and then like swings at you. But you were kind of like fending it off, so it can't easily grab you.
Okay.
This one gets a hold of. No, you can't actually. There we go. It gets a hold of these two, the other cleric and Bolo, and Bolo's inside being like, no, let me, you can't do this, my wings go, and you see like the wings like flap out from inside of it, like splitting the cloud golem in two, but then like the cloud kind of reforms and he's like, no. It begins floating away as well. Deck, it is your turn.
Deck. Yeah, gonna target this one. Oh wait, this one over here is what Victor is dealing with.
This one here, yes.
Yeah. All right.
It has a person in it.
So yeah, but I wouldn't know if my blades would do anything. So
That's
I'll
fair.
go ahead and throw the first one.
You did well.
And sneak attack. An additional 5.
You
Are
seem to
they
be
still there?
cleaving off bits of cloud.
I'll go ahead and throw the offhand. For an additional 7.
All right.
That's like your third 7 you rolled, like in a row you've rolled on the
Mhm.
offhand.
Savannah?
I am going to move up and put myself right in the middle of all these clouds. And I'm going to slam my shield on the ground and yell, "Stop attacking these innocent creatures. I command you!" And I use my channel divinity to try to charm them unless they are immune.
All right. So what is going on?
Channel divinity, the one that is called Orders Demand. And what it does is I can use my action to present my holy symbol, and each creature that I can see within 30 feet must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Your turn.
Should be most of them.
Yeah, I got them all selected.
All right. So,
And here it is. Orders Demand.
see if it works. Bunch of dice isn't rolling, so I will roll.
Oh, there.
Oh, there.
I-
Oh, there it is. There it is. There's a bunch of dice.
Oh, what? I'm charmed.
Ah, choose you. Oh, because it's doing a circle, but oh, that's interesting.
It looks like a handful of the golems definitely failed their saving throw.
Each creature of your choice. Okay.
My choice. So when it did the circle, it picked everyone, but that's not what I meant, of course.
Okay, so Cloud Golem failed its saving throw. Cloud Golem failed its saving throw. Cloud Golem made its saving throw and failed its saving throw. So one of them succeeded, the other three failed.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, they're all charmed. So I'm gonna yell, "Do not touch these creatures. They have been charmed. They are no longer a threat to you."
All right.
What was the one that's obviously not charmed?
Well, that one is going to escape with its prisoners, is what it's going to do.
Oh no! Out of all of them, why did that one pass?
The other three are going to remain here briefly. Making it Rothamir's turn.
I guess I will get over towards here to this one. I'm pretty sure Victor's going to have this one taken care of, but these two people need to be freed, so I shall attack it.
No. Wait, it's been charmed.
Well, we'll find out. Depends on how much damage is about to happen to it. You did attack it, yes?
Oh, not yet.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah, she said they were charmed. I will ready myself. If it shows any sign of movement, I will like it's trying to get away with those people, I will attack it then.
Okay.
With the people that it has, are they considered to be carried?
At the moment, yes.
Or
Then I can also command them. Anything that I can also command it to drop anything it's holding. So I don't know if it.
You could.
So I command it to drop the pilgrims.
These two pilgrims get dropped. They land on the ground in an oof. This one hadn't left the ground yet, and that one drops its person as well. Victor?
What about the other one? Was this one not charmed?
What one? No, it's charmed. It hadn't left the ground,
Okay.
so it didn't drop anything because
Right.
there was nothing to drop.
I was already my action in case they become hostile again. Any means. And until to make them to tell them to disperse or leave or whatever. Tell Sylvana to make them disperse or leave.
All right. Now they get to save out of this on their turn, right? Or is this till the end of your next turn or something?
So if
The end
they
of your
fail
next turn.
till the end of my next turn.
Okay. So they will continue being where they are, and now it's Deck's turn.
Or unless you get damage.
Deck is gonna come out here, and if I see any of them try to fly away with creatures in tow, I will ready my side blade to throw it at them.
All right. Which one are you doing that with?
Do I have to name my target, or can it
Yes.
just be?
Because you don't know which of these three is going anywhere. Or they could all be going at the same time.
So the first one that I see try to leave with humans inside of them is the one I'm going to throw it at.
Okay. Sylvana, it is now your turn.
I'm going to go near the creatures that it just dropped. This one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that just dropped the creatures, right? And I'm just gonna try to grab them and push them out of the way and get myself in between the pilgrims and the cloud monster.
Okay, so you're gonna like push this lady back over here.
Right, and then I'll go here, and then as an action, unless that was an action, but if it wasn't, then
It's
I'll
not. It a bonus action at best.
take the dodge action.
Okay. Your turn comes to a close. Cloud golems can do things again. Someone's going to reacquire some people and begin floating up into the air. Deck, you know what to do.
Yep. Come on. There we go. Fun. Target this gentleman. And Cyblade. And no sneak
into it?
attack, correct?
That is correct. No sneak attack.
Does it trigger mine as well, since it was...
Trigger what? Trigger yours?
If they're going to take any hostile actions, they would attack them.
You can't attack that one. You're too far away with your sword.
I said any.
You would have had to go through that one first, I think, but would it have triggered
This
mine?
one, this one has yet to do a hostile action.
I said any.
Oh, you're just gonna attack this one if any of them make a hostile action?
Yeah.
Oh, well then yeah, go ahead.
I guess you should probably target first.
That would help.
Oh, yeah,
Max.
get hit.
That one disperses.
Hey.
Nice.
I'd say, would that one have targeted or activated my action as well, or
I
was
mean,
it?
that particular one?
Yeah.
It would have, but it's dead now.
No, the one that actually took the people, because that was the one I was watching.
Oh, well then, yeah, go ahead, shoot it.
We shall do that.
All right. This one is going to this one over here by the altar. Since it still has some people, it's just going to begin floating away.
Did it include Mr. Hammer,
It did.
Bolo?
Bolo. Rothmir, it's your turn.
Okay, I will try to ice knife this one here so it drops those two people.
Yes.
You hurt it a bit. It does
And
not
then-
drop those people.
And then we'll try another luminous arrow.
You hurt it some more. Victor?
Let go of those people. Oh, I'm not targeting the guy underneath them.
You might be.
And then I will use...
Nope, you hit the cloud golem, you're good.
I will hit the, I will use Psionic Strike. Do an extra d6 plus 2. That's 0 plus 2. Take another 3 points of force damage. And that's mine. Yeah, it's my turn.
All right. This cloud golem that you're fighting will disappear.
Awesome, I killed it.
No.
Did
Oh.
that one have 2 turns?
Yes, it did.
What? Why?
Because it's cool. Why do sometimes you have extra actions?
I mean, it went before me and then after me.
Mm-hmm. Monsters sometimes do that.
That's weird. I don't like that.
But this one here is still hanging out. Deck, it is your turn.
I mean, if he's going to be a glutton for punishment,
Well, he doesn't want to be hanging out, but he is.
well, tough turkey tetrazzini.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sad no sneak attack.
He's not dead yet, but he's not happy.
All right, well then offhand.
He pops. The people he was carrying hit the ground. Thus ends combat. Minus a few pilgrims, minus a dwarf, minus a cleric of the order, but
I mean-
Selka's still there.
I mean, we only really lost like 3 people.
We lost like 5.
4 or 5 people.
6.
But anyway,
We only lost like 3 people. I don't.
you
the
don't
cleric-
count some of those people.
I don't count one specific person.
That's
Anyway,
not kind of dwarves.
any of the pilgrims who remain kind of like subside into shock as the fog kind of lifts from this area, and they look kind of frightened and unsure of what to do. Sister Selka is immediately like rushing over to give aid to anyone who may have been like traumatized by this cloud person abduction, and she looks at you, Sylvana, as you kind of come over to help, and she's like, we have to go save them. Those pilgrims didn't mean they're peaceful people.
Where were they taken?
Further up the spur. She looks up she looks up into the like cloudy sky above.
Quick, fire your arrows at them. People will be fine.
Yeah, we will do what we can. I give you my word.
All right.
But first, a nap.
But first a nap.
We have
So-
been.
They have to. She doesn't know how high up they're gonna go or how long it's gonna take to get there. But you guys definitely need a rest. The people here need some tending too. So we will call it at that this evening and deal with the upper half of the spur next week. Deal with all of the fun higher up on the giant spur, where maybe you will find, I don't know, some griffins or
People.
who have been kidnapped by clouds, apparently. That's a thing.
It's a thing.
That is a thing. But anyway, thank you for all having, some fun with us tonight. Hope you had a good time watching us. Hope you all had a good time playing. But other than that, as said, we all had fun doing this, and if you'd like to see us do more of this, maybe more of it better, send us a sub here or there. If you have a Twitch Prime sub, those are free for you and help us grow. It's a good way to spend that. Other than that, we have a Discord. The link is in the chat. Feel free to hang out with us and chat about all of our fun Spelljammer adventures and various other adventures that our Discord group does during the week. We do have YouTube where all of these videos are stored. a Twitter you can come chat with us on. See us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all those fun places. Other than that, coming up this week, do we have a Tomb of Annihilation plan?
Yeah,
We're good.
Tomb of Continuation should be tomorrow. Monday's Descent into Avernus is up in the air. I'm traveling, so I might not be back in time. But then I believe our next one will be next Tuesday for Spelljammer.
All right, and then come join us definitely next Tuesday, where we continue the adventure and see how high our party can climb as the climb gets much more difficult.
Oh yeah, and go out and vote.
Yeah, also definitely do that. That's important.
Vote early, vote often.
Yes, both those things.
Just not often in the same election, please.
Yes, yeah, thank you. No voter fraud, please.
Yeah, none of that. But anyway, other than that, thank you for all joining us this evening, and have a good time looking at the stars. See ya.